Hey now.
You're a rock star.
Hey now, brown cow.
Hey now, brown cow. I'm just here to match what you say. I'm pretty exhausted
what are you, like,
today,
4?
Josh.
I'm tired. You're not tired. I'm tired.
Dude, I spent all
You
day
can't be tired.
working in construction. I did like 4 shows before I got here. Look, I got to drink Red Bull just to stay with it.
I think you're thinking of me. You had a paid vacation today.
I'm still being paid.
I believe they call it crack-a-laxing. Is that the scientific term?
No, smoking crack and enjoying my time off. That's the scientific term. Yes.
Sounds freaking awesome to me. So.
Having an awesome time, Josh. Thanks for asking.
Indeed.
How are you doing, and how are all of you doing? There's the energy.
Hopefully they're having an awesome time.
I hope you guys are having an awesome time. Are you having an awesome time? I should be that guy that's like screwing up your trip. Like, are you tripping yet? Are you tripping yet?
Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. YouTube.com/Stuck in the Middle. Obviously you know that because you're here. I don't know. Maybe you don't know that. But I digress.
Already? You're digressing?
Yes, I digress.
Just don't undress.
I'm gonna just check out now. Goodbye. Well, welcome to our Tuesday edition of Stuck in the Middle presents Stuck at Night. Yeah, I don't know. It was a very non-eventful day. I had to drive very, very far for very, very little work. It's a pain in the ass. I always forget how much I hate city traffic because like we're not really in the city. Like I had to drive down to like Coral Gables today, and that's like. You know, it's only 30 miles or 35 miles, but it takes an hour and a half to get there because traffic.
That was the worst part of working in physical labor. I don't think in the past, like, 8 episodes, there hasn't been, like, an opening where you haven't almost broken some part of the studio.
You're very observant,
it's
almost too
fun.
observant.
It's a lot of fun to watch. Keeps me engaged. So...
For all the new listeners, I am Josh. That is Eli.
I think I'm Eli.
And yeah, this is where we were just we're just
at night.
Wax about whatever the case may be. Sometimes there's some good hard-hitting things, and sometimes we got to dig deep into some, life stories.
Yes. So, okay. First off, let me give the generic, here's what we're here for. We're not exactly journalistic, and we're not exactly political,
blah blah
all the time. We're a flavor of each, but we're always here to entertain. And I am here specifically to kind of bear all. Ew, right?
Ew.
No, that's actually super hot. You should see me looking at me in the mirror. No, you don't want to see that.
Yeah,
right.
And real quick before you get into it, be sure to stick around because we are going to be talking about a black cop punching a BLM protester right square in the kisser.
Ooh.
And she maybe used to be, I don't know how this works, but I'd love to pose the question,
You punched a tranny, bro.
Whoa, with the hard T there, my friend.
I'm not gonna eggshell this shit.
It's called Trana.
Remember,
Don't
we have learned to enjoy the. I don't give a fuck, bro. What's this? Who's Jose? All right. Anyway, so
but the question is for later. It being a woman,
okay?
she being a woman. Yeah, is it okay to hit a woman when they are? But we'll get into that, and also to kind of further go along with the whole Elon Musk Twitter fallout, just to kind of prove echo chambers do exist. The whole Ken Jeong walking off the set of that, and maybe a few other things that we will get to. We promise.
Levity, of course. So
yes,
okay,
indeed.
What I'm about to share, ladies and gentlemen, is not for the faint of heart. It's okay.
What does that mean?
It's not gonna hit the NSFW audience. It's not for the faint of heart. Like this is some.
What does faint of heart mean?
This is like if you got a frail heart, he's gonna fucking Google check what frail heart or frail is. It means like it's weak. Okay.
Lack of courage to face something difficult or dangerous, usually used in the phrase "not for the faint of heart." This is a difficult climb that is not for the faint of heart.
There you go.
So you're calling some people weak out there?
Yes,
bro?
I am.
You don't belittle these lovely people.
No, these are lovely people. You are, sir.
Look at them; they're lovely. Oh, I'm not weak.
Yes, I'm preparing you.
Please keep talking while I take my headphones off because I am too weak to.
Yes. All right. So I'm just gonna cut to it. By God. Okay, let's rewind to
let's take it back to
1996.
To a better time.
Much better time. My God, I was happy. The world seemed happier. I guess we didn't know who Biden was. Good times. But okay, so I move here and I'm like 13, maybe 12, going on 13 years old. I just started 6th grade here in Florida. Yes. Oh, I'm almost in that neighborhood throwing rocks at ducks. Whoops. I mean, well,
The good old days.
We have a ducks person in here, but no, not you, ducks. It wasn't you that I hit in the head with a rock. It was an actual duck. Anyway.
Remember I fed ducks hot sauce? And like I would watch them go, like after I fed them like hot sauce. And then I found out that ducks don't produce saliva.
And that's why
there's really no way for them to feel hot. So the duck was just being a duck. And we're like, look, it's like, it thinks it's really hot. This is hilarious. And like, no, the duck was just like, duck. And now I find myself needing to clarify I didn't just go out and throw rocks at ducks all day, every day. That was just twice in my lifetime, okay? Oh my God.
I just still feel guilty about it.
Oh, man.
So
you made me just think of a horrible duck story.
I remember it.
What?
We've talked about it.
What is it?
No, this is me time.
I know, but what is it, though? We're going to get... just relax.
You hit a duck.
No. I saw there was a mama duck, the same place where I fed the duck hot sauce. There was a mama duck, and she had like 8 or 9 babies. And over the course of a week or so, you know, most of them had died. There was one left, and I'm outside. I'm taking the trash out, and it's just mama and baby duck. And a fucking dick-ass hawk comes down and grabs the last chicklet.
Yeah.
And you just hear the chicklet doing a little chicklet. And the duck is just like, duh, duh, duh.
You didn't do anything?
Yeah, and then I fed it hot sauce.
Damn.
Yeah, that was the duck I fed hot sauce.
Yeah, it's all right. Here's some hot sauce. You'll get over it.
I kid, I think.
Well, all right. So we are assholes here, verifiably. Okay, so this is something that I've had to come to terms with, cope with for over 2 decades. All right. So at like 13, I come to Florida from New York, and we stay with family friends of my mother, who I had to tell that I was going to talk about this individual, which makes her very nervous. So, out of respect for the individual, I'm only going to use his fucking name, just the first name, and that alone. Everybody else, I even went as far back as contacting my old friends from way back when, saying, yo, I'm going to talk about Louis, my boy Louis. Louis was a guy that had just returned from nowhere else but, of course, the Navy. All stereotypes applicable. Although he never admitted to being homosexual or anything of that nature. You have a question.
Yeah, I'm curious as to what brought this up. Like, where did this memory get unjarred from?
This has been in my mind for many years. I actually got to speak to one of my bestest friends.
So it's a little foggy, maybe? You're saying the memory's a little foggy. It kind of comes back in bits and pieces.
It's on point, man. It's so solid. There's a complete lack of fog here.
That's even concerning.
Okay, so anyway, he was a fast friend. Look, I already established myself. I was pretty popular in like the middle school. That was fantastic. And so Louis comes here from Japan in the Navy, and he introduces me first off to anime and hentai. Hentai is animated porn. Why is he showing a 13-year-old animated porn? I was not aware this was a strange thing. And now it all makes sense why he was so secretive.
What's it called?
Hentai means pervert in Japanese. You're stupid.
What's the chicken time?
Here you go. I just threw things. I'll pick that up later.
That's fine.
All right. So, I mean, that should have been the first fucking red flag. So he introduces me like we're talking for. This already sounds fucking weird. We're talking for a very long time, like till 4 o'clock in the morning. He's telling me what role playing.
Oh my God! Were you doing like Eli tummy time? Where
no
you sit
tummy
on your
time.
Stomach?
No, we were sitting across each other at a dining room table.
Oh my God, you're so funny.
Oh fuck no, man! Don't make this more cringe than it has to be. But that's your job.
It's pretty cringe already.
Oh, it's gonna get worse. All right, so he tells me what D&D and role playing is, right? And
Dicks and dongs.
it sounds fucking exciting to a 13-year-old. He's like, yeah, man, you could go on adventures, and he showed me the dice, and he's like. I'm like, oh my God. We had this moment like...
He's like, hey, can I show you this game? Come inside my room. I'm going to turn the lights off. We'll just roll dice.
Not too far off from how
Close your eyes. Hold your hand out. I'm going to put a big bag of dice in your hands.
No, you know how I knew he wasn't gay, Josh? Let me tell you.
Why? Because he fucked you in the ass and asked first?
Oh, fuck you. No, he had a Polaroid picture of 2 naked women that was clearly taken of a TV screen. And he would show me
oh my God.
And my friends, look at these girls.
You're being facetious. No. Like, you're like, how I know he wasn't gay?
Yes, I am absolutely being facetious.
And like he passed this off like, yo, look at these 2 girls I photographed. And it's like, This is like, you know,
we all laughed at him.
Name a movie with like two girls bare chesting it, you know.
Nev Campbell and yes, that.
This is what's her face from the scene from Titanic.
No, it was some legitimate hardcore porn.
I painted her.
And so, you know, me and all my friends, we immediately recognized it, and we laughed at him all fucking day. He never lived it down. So we get into he gets me to D&D, okay, which is like, hey, you go to a tavern. You go to a tavern, you know, what do you do? The barkeep asks you to go on an adventure, fight a dragon, blah, blah, blah. And so I start getting my friends in middle school at the time to come and join this little cult.
Oh, no. You were a groomer? You were a recruiter.
He turned me into a fucking recruiter. I would bring my
You're like
my
the
friends.
Ghislaine Maxwell of your friends. Yeah, dude. He's like the Jeffrey Epstein, and he's like, yo, can you bring me some of your friends?
Let me fucking clarify, like, the strange, here's where it's very, all right, this is the pinnacle of discomfort.
Ghislaine Maxwell.
I'll never say that again. All right, so at some point, he would always play female characters in this fantasy world. And I always, you know, I was 13, and then 14, 15, 16. This shit went on for years.
34, 35.
No, but there's still friends that I made back then that are still playing
It's still
this
fun,
shit.
okay? He's not molesting us. God.
And if you're listening out there in fucking wherever you are, my buddy, not Lewis, but the one who I said I was going to do this, and I think you're in Texas.
He just likes to make sure our genitals are nice and clean with his tongue. That's it.
Yeah, it's perfectly normal.
He's a neat freak.
No, all right, so we would articulate, I'm a fucking child, man. We would articulate his female characters having sex with my male characters. First it started like,
God, this is NFSW.
First it would be like they reacquaint. That would be the end of it, and then slowly, I don't know how he starts slipping in
for
like
such a long. So like there'd be that much kind of like a storyline. Like the dolls would kind of like they would bump into like where were they at? Where the dolls would bump into each other? Like do you remember?
Dolls?
Yeah, the dolls. Like
no
the hentai.
Dolls. You just described
okay, like
this
the
shit.
game. Well, I'm kind of trying to picture it a little differently. But like, where were your people at when they reacquainted? Like, oh my God, this has been. Oh my God, Gary. Michelle, no way! And like they had this like, little small talk back and forth, and then where would it go from there?
They had adventures.
You want to come
together.
back to my place? Oh, they would go on adventures first.
Yeah, man, in space or in fucking medieval times, time travel.
So when would the sexual things happen, or did it build up to that?
It would build up, and he always
per
played like
each adventure.
Just his random women that he always played, and they were always evil women.
But did it happen during each adventure kind of thing? Like
there would be some moment in the game where they'd find some time to go.
Yeah.
Like
so now this is when
check it out. Look,
her and the three guys go to the cave.
This is how childlike I was at the time. My main character's name was Turbo Eli. Okay.
Yeah, that's because you just finished. That's because you finished quick. We'll call this guy Turbo.
So his first female character was like fucking Avatar or Nemesis or some shit.
Yeah, big tits.
He always drew really large tits, terrible faces,
big tits,
big thighs. So the reason why I'm even like spilling all this embarrassing fucking pathetic tea is because this went on throughout middle school, high school,
college,
almost
your 30s.
Into our early 20s, and there are still people that play this fucking game
with him
from my circle. He's moved to Colombia, come back, failed businessman, and all this. He would give us his car. We were kids to go fucking skip school.
You want to use my car?
We would go meet up at Markham Park while we were supposed to be in school. He'd like always kind of like say, "Look at all this soda and chips. I'm gonna get you guys McDonald's."
He sounds like Michael Jackson. Were you hanging out with Michael Jackson?
He was essentially a poor Michael Jackson.
Hey guys, you want to hang out with me?
And all he did to serve his country was sit in a fucking submarine and do these games with other Navy men.
Like sometimes I do feel like you have maybe, older people who are in a state of arrested development, if I will, like that mean no harm, but they come across so childish, because they're just, whatever type of trauma has happened to them, but they're in arrested development and they're not necessarily looking to molest you. It sounds like this guy that you're talking about went to town on that little behind of yours, but
thankfully,
not all the time do they do that.
No, but one of the strangest occurrences.
Not that you remember.
Right,
Let's be honest.
This is true.
Yeah.
He threw all his GI Joes on the bed and we used the action figures to like fight. No fucking.
So there was dolls. What the fuck, man? You made me feel like an asshole.
It was a once-off.
You're like, dude, there was no dolls. This one time we took these G.I. Joe dolls.
So anyway, for a long time.
So what'd they do? What did you like?
We just did fucking fighting things, and it does a blast, and I flew. It's stupid
but like,
shit.
so like the dolls didn't lead to any like
no,
he didn't want to like
humping.
fight, and then like how like sometimes like fights happen, in
and
like these movies,
chemistry.
It's like, what's it? The Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, the Smith, Mr. and Miss
exactly,
Smith.
where they just start and he's like, oh my god, you're so hot right now, and you're like, what do you want me to do, Lewis? He's like, I don't know, maybe like take your pants off.
I remember looking at him when he threw all those fucking G.I. Joes on the bed
and took his penis out.
Like, what the fuck? and he was like, well, we can't always just use our imagination. I was like,
yeah, sometimes you really got to put this to practice.
But man,
take your pants off. Let's go in the bathroom.
He vicariously lived through my life, my friendship. Like,
no, I'm joking.
12 friends of mine. We all got inducted into this role-playing game, this fantasy world, and for a while, I blamed him when I became an addict later on. Like, I had no schooling experience, and I had to get a shit job. I let him manipulate me into not giving a fuck about any responsibilities.
But what did he just say? Like, yo, let's go play D&D, fuck school? Like, D&D's gonna go places, dude.
Dude, you
got to have a little self-accountability, right?
I have to.
Yeah,
but
you can't be mad at him.
That's all I thought about, man, was this fucking game and being able to play it. Same with everybody in the crew. My friend that has been thankfully traveling the world.
You just have an addictive personality. It's not his fault. As an
adult, I give him his fucking due diligence, and I have a lot of hatred.
You still have an addictive personality.
I told my mutual friend, like, if you see him, you tell him I'm coming for him, bro. Like, not in a fun. I already put it out there.
That's misdirected. See, this is why I'm thinking, okay, maybe there is something you're blocking out. Like, you're this angry at him. You can't be this angry. I'm over D&D.
No, because, dude, I made so many terrible choices with my life, ignoring all this school. I chose to do it, but I was a child, man, and I kept, and as I kept on growing up, and it was all this was normal. So to me,
all you're describing to me so far, and this is why I'm saying I feel like maybe there's more to the story that you don't know, is like, here's a guy who just wanted to hang out with little kids and give them D&D.
Somebody going on 40 years old wanted to hang out with a 13-year-old and get all of his friends to come hang out and play this fantasy fucking game. And that's all that became our priority in life.
Maybe people at his age looked at Dungeons and Dragons like a little bitch child game, and he's like, well, who?
He didn't have. Apparently, he didn't have the best childhood.
He's probably bad at it. Well, there you go. It's
apparently, but
are you sure you didn't talk to Michael Jackson? Because I feel like this is Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
Did you go over his house and there was a monkey hanging out?
No monkeys, Josh. No.
Wait a minute. Now that you
lots of orange soda.
He did always ask us to bring over bananas.
Dude, I remember like towards when it got old, when we were getting older and like in our early 20s, he would be like, because we'd love to see him like get high. Because he was ridiculous. He was really.
Oh, you would just watch him get high?
But he'd be like, I'll take a hit of this, but only if we get to play a little bit of the game.
You know the game, right?
Yeah.
Take your pants off.
Oh, God. All right.
But
so,
what, of D&D?
Yes.
Or
we called it, it was just the game. We just called it the game.
I don't know why you hold resentment towards your friends who hung on to the game, because maybe they don't associate the game with that guy.
Well, I mean,
they're not necessarily bad people because they like D&D now.
No,
unless
that's
it's
never
truly
the point that I wanted to make. That's never the point I wanted to make.
Oh.
But this was catharsis for me to finally just say all of this shit very publicly, and I wouldn't give a fuck if he hears about it or his mother, who I love very much, that took us in when we needed it here in Florida when we moved from New York. All right,
but we got to get to the bottom of your hatred for him, though.
He led me down a path where I should have been focusing on school. And, like, I had great relationships. I had a lot of girlfriends and this and that and the other. But I left no time.
Friends?
I was skipping school to go play the we all were doing the same shit.
Here's the thing, man. You probably had... you weren't with necessarily the best group of people, neither. Listen, I'm not trying to tell you this guy is, like, some angel who was, like, giving you all this cool shit. But I'm just saying I do feel like some of your anger towards him is misdirected is all. And I'm just like,
it took a lot of time to think about this.
And you want to be mad at him when it's just like, hey, I need to be mad at myself. Like, I was young and impressionable. You wouldn't let somebody like that do that to you now. Those people exist.
I want
it was
that
up
talk
to you
with him,
to distinguish.
and I can't have that because he knows he's afraid of me.
because look at the misdirected anger. If you want to have a true talk with him, you already accuse him of making your life going wrong, and it's just like, well,
he manipulate. No, not the entire. Like, I made my own terrible decisions, especially after the game. Okay, like when I went to jail and became a fucking addict. Like, I take accountability for my legitimate fuck-ups.
As you should.
But the fucking game and introducing it to such a malleable mind and getting me to, like,
what's
get
the difference
other people...
of playing fucking GoldenEye with your friends? Like, why is that game different?
In a fucking in a fantasy world that you practically live in, and that's all I think about at school.
I got together with my friends and we stayed up all night playing Zelda. We lived in that world. We couldn't wait to get home and play Zelda. Couldn't wait to get home and play WCW versus NWO. Why is that game different than Dungeons and Dragons? It's not. To me, it's not. It's not different. So, like, I don't understand. Again, I call it misdirected anger. Just because I call it that doesn't make it so. But I'm still not understanding the correlation. Like, yeah, I all my friends...
That a grown man convinced me to sacrifice all the things I should have been doing, making my parents proud, doing what they wanted me to do in school.
But, like, did he convince you, say, hey, those things you should be doing aren't worth it? Or did he just show you Dungeons and Dragons and you were like, fuck this, I want to play the game? Because that's how I was with video games.
He'd call and say, bro, I'll be waiting outside in the morning to come pick you up from school and go, we'll take you.
He would take advantage of you being impressionable.
Me and yes.
But, like,
so, you know, that's just my fucking gripe, is that he was never once the adult when he should have been.
But maybe he's not. Maybe you're putting too much on this guy who, as you said, had a shitty childhood. So how can you be a proper
in this
adult
aspect,
when you've never had a proper childhood? You're always going to be like, again, are you sure you weren't talking to Michael Jackson? Because I feel like who we just keep kind of going back to, like, people who have bad childhoods tend to kind of compensate for or make up for, you know, said bad childhood. Like, they don't kind of grow up. They're in a state of arrested development. So, like, maybe be mad at the people who did this guy wrong and made him this way, because he didn't choose, as far as what you described to me, he didn't choose this.
With a bunch of the other Navy guys.
I didn't choose this life.
In the submarine, and then he brought it over to me, and we lived in the same fucking house. And
no, but I'm talking about not where he discovered Dungeons and Dragons, but where he discovered or didn't discover the proper steps of growing up and becoming an adult. You're like, yo, you're 40 years old, you should be an adult, but maybe because he didn't have a proper guidance system to look at what is an adult, he didn't understand how to retain some of this knowledge. Because
while I accept that I have to take accountability, I'm just saying you also see where he clearly made a lot of fucking mistakes here.
Right, but I don't see I agree with everything, but all I'm saying is the misdirected anger. This is why this guy doesn't want to talk to you, because the words you are saying is different than the emotion you're conveying.
All of the sexual shit, like how that was fucking bizarre, man. And it took me years to look back at that and to wonder what the fuck was going on in his head. That is what really stuck with me too. Thankfully, it never manifested. Thank fucking God, because I would be in prison. Okay, he'd be gone. He'd be fucking buried. All right, but how strange, like that's another thing, okay? I shouldn't have been talking about what it's like to fucking fuck.
But you were, I don't know. I remember in like elementary school, like this one girl was like, you know, she was our age, but you know, she was like, you know, this is how you French kiss people, and like French kissing like my cousin and I. Like there's always these weird sexual things that linger, and if this guy wasn't really brought into that world properly, he's gonna have this very adolescence view of sex, and he's gonna kind of explore sex via stuff like that. And this is me hardcore playing devil's advocate here, but I'm just saying, like, why, if you really want to get to the bottom of it, anger isn't your best way. Just being like, hey, let's talk.
No, if I'd approach him, it would be in a rational state. Okay?
Irrational.
No, irrational.
Oh, irrational.
Irrational state.
But when
be like, dude, we're gonna talk about this. All right, I finally have to just.
You gotta tell him, like, what the fuck were you thinking, man? You know what I mean?
Pretty much where I want to go with it.
Now, if he starts to say things that are like, I just couldn't help myself, man, I was just attracted. You know, if he starts saying stuff like that, you have every right to start to, okay, now I'm getting upset. But if he's just like, Dude, I don't know, man. I just like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a difference. You can tell when somebody is ignorant on that, or they have a nefarious reason for it. At least I hope you can.
I don't believe that he believed he was doing anything wrong, which is the problem in itself.
But that could be still wrong, though.
Yes,
know?
yes.
Like, hey, molesting people isn't wrong, right? Like, well, no, it is.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's what happened, but
right, no, never,
I'm saying that's
never,
probably what happened.
No, never fucking happened. Never
Well,
fucking happened. So, okay.
Glad we went down that route.
Yep, that got strange. Kenneth is definitely on your side, by the way.
What?
All on your side. Some people are like, I get it. So, thank you for having it out with us for Eli's therapy session.
We don't gotta pick sides here. We can at the very least, what I prefer is understanding both sides as opposed to choosing a side. You know, stuck in the middle.
Yeah.
Wink, 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 wink.
That's the whole idea. So with that, what's the meat on the plate and what's the potatoes on the plate?
Well, the meat and potatoes is going along with sides. Here's something that we'll get into. This is a cop punching a BLM protester. And what side can we be on with this when here is... Okay, let's play the video. And then let's go ahead and then break it down, because
we got a video of the incident.
Yes. And the video of the incident was actually very hard to find. I couldn't find the actual video. I found it through
the Young
another
Turks.
video, which happened to be the Young Turks. Let me pull that up.
Yes, TZ and everyone. Josh was just on the Sage News Network, so props and shout out to
Appreciate
Sage News
y'all.
for letting anybody on Stuck in the Middle join the fray. Josh did understandably forget to mention that I was interested in being included.
3 times or something.
But that's okay. It is the Josh show. His name is Josh on that show.
Oh, I saw that comment. I was like, uh-oh. This guy's a little upset here.
Okay. Playing the part, yeah.
Like you did. I did see, like, I was like, I didn't mean to make you butthurt, bro. That's my... Like,
Check the vibe. Welcome.
That's my bad.
Enjoy the show.
I love checking the vibe. Check the vibe, Eli. Vibe check.
What do you love to do?
Vibe check. Checking the vibes.
Okay.
All right. So this is here's the video.
Yep, please play.
Please play. Press play.
Is it gonna be somebody pooing on the floor again?
No, I promise this. I promise right now.
My
we're gonna
reaction
play
to that needs to be cut.
Legit, yeah.
Like kept, yes.
Timestamp me, baby.
Okay.
That's all I need.
Yep, you're right.
You know, and if any of you out there ever want to see, this is kind of like a hacky way to get our highlights out there, but if any of you really enjoyed one bit or something like that,
recommendations in the comments, please.
Go ahead and put the timestamps down.
We would,
and maybe we'll make that into a highlight.
And depending on, if the moment comes, there's a few of you that I do intend to make mods, but we'll get to that later. First, here's the damn video.
And this is the only video I could find it on, so let's go ahead and play this.
A police officer punches a protester at a Black Lives Matter protest.
Yeah.
Here's the video.
His video.
Get out of my kid's face! Get out of my kid's face! Get out of my.
That's a legit her. Okay. Very pretty, by the way. She's awesome.
Me.
Okay, so.
Oh, I can't guess which one.
Yeah, which one is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, which one is it?
I'm nervous. Is it the? No, I was gonna. No,
it's
fuck
totally
it.
this one.
Is it the dog? No, it's
it's the dog. Oh man, are you calling? Look at this.
It's the man with the fro.
Yeah. So. And listen, cops probably always escalate this shit. I'm not trying to say,
one way or another. It may be popular to pander to you in the audience that does not like BLM. We have our reasons for not liking certain aspects, but do go on.
Yeah, do continue. And it happens quick. There it is.
Oh.
Hang on, I gotta go back just a touch because I didn't mean to talk over it because it happened that quick. Oh shit! Yo, he dropped her. Look, okay, here it comes. No, it's her.
Sherm.
We have to be respectful. Okay.
But
she wants to be called a she, so there's no reason not to be respectful. which will kind of lead us into our conversation.
I don't know this person. I don't owe them respect.
Why not? Dude, we owe every human being respect. How dare you?
Damn, that's
somebody
that's
from being
broad.
from the left. What do you mean that's broad?
I know. Like, that's
everybody
not a broad. You're right. That's not a broad.
Yeah, what do you mean broad?
Yeah.
No, everybody deserves respect until they don't deserve it. Everyone should start off with respect. And it's only until they start to disrespect things that they lose disrespect. Like, everyone deserves respect. Like, there's no reason to be. If this person wants to be called that, no problem. I'm never gonna probably fucking see Sherm.
Yeah, no.
Okay, or her. What, you know, whatever they like to be called.
I wish we had a trans correspondent or something.
We should. We're working on getting one.
Yeah.
We're honestly we're working on getting one. I would love to. Can I say it?
Go on.
I'd love to have correspondence of all ethnicities.
Yes.
That'd be awesome.
It makes it sound like you have a token of one ethnicity each.
No, it doesn't make it sound. It is like we want tokens. Bring us tokens. Bring us tokens.
We want like that one black guy we could call. We want that one Hispanic. Wait, I'm kind of Hispanic. Not Hispanic enough. Yeah. You see where we're going with this.
Like all the ethnicities start to catch on. Like, black guy, what do you think? He's like, well, you know, I think you guys are right. And before he could kind of expound with his butt, like, we cut him off. Okay, thanks, black guy. We appreciate that, man. He's like, what the fuck? You know, like, and like, okay, Asian guy, what do you think? Well, you know, you guys do have a point, but okay, thank you, Asian guy. We do appreciate.
That's how a mutiny starts. Then they get together and have an uprising.
A stuck rising.
Refreshing.
So let's watch this fucking fist rising again, one more time. Fist rising to knock a bitch out. We can say bitch because she wants to be called a bitch. So I appreciate that. I can appreciate that.
Word.
Of bitches.
All right.
Down. So that was a black officer. Oh, here we go. Perfect. This is even. Let's let the video continue and let's listen to the narrator, like the gentleman we saw at the beginning.
Okay. Oh, snap.
And you hear everybody. Oh my God! What are you doing?
Yeah, it's typical. I mean, the dog thing, I'm sure I'd freak out, but yeah, pretty dramatic stuff.
Yeah, when you were just doing all the attacking, and pushing and punching,
I wouldn't be so surprised it's happening to me. I'd just be like, oh shit.
What are you gonna do? Oh my God, he hit me! Yeah.
So, correspondent newsman.
So yeah, let's see what. And by the way, this is the Young Turk. So
let's put up this cop's picture.
He wants to dox him. Look, he's doxing him. All these dramatic pauses.
Damn, really?
I didn't pause it.
Wow, they really letting you soak that shit in.
Yeah,
pure coward.
The cops.
Let's keep his picture up. Okay. Seth Taylor.
And it gives out a name.
Dude.
They love doxing.
Come on.
The left loves doxing. I hate to say it. Don't get butthurt by it.
Was the officer
Y'all do.
Who threw the punch you saw at the protester. Taylor was hired by the Wilkinsburg Police Department in 2019. The Pittsburgh Institute for Nonprofit Journalism reports that while ticketing abandoned cars in Wilkinsburg in 2017, Duncan shot a man he had found sleeping in his car after their interaction escalated.
He's villainizing him.
Right here, listen, ready.
The protester who was struck was identified as Vuestro Merced and has been released from police custody according to a Twitter post. All right? Now I want to say this.
You got a cash app up there?
Did it seem as if those black women were committing some offense that warranted that kind of tactic? I mean, when are we going to say, as human beings, we won't tolerate this kind of treatment? The police are for emergencies. What emergency did you see?
So,
what emergency?
He'll go on. I don't know if you want to keep playing a little more or not.
Did he notice that the officer was also black, just for the, consistency's sake?
Well, I think that's why he called
women, and then he just okay. Oh, he called him a what?
I think he called him a coward.
Oh yes, that he did.
Yeah. I don't know what. I feel like we're missing one thing. We're not gonna play this whole video. Let me see what else is.
Emergency did you see?
10 seconds.
How did that action by that cop enhance public safety?
Like, I agree with him. We've had time and time again where I agree with him on the premise. I don't know this situation, but the premise that sometimes cops escalate the situation. Brock comes in here all the time and he tells us they're trained to escalate the situation. Sometimes that's what they have to do. Like, they have to up, the force of violence. Like, they have to up what force they take, like what aggressive force they take. They have to kind of go beyond what the perp or the suspect is doing,
so that they can beat the perp to getting to that level,
to a bloody perp pulp. So, I'm with him on that, but this is where I lose everybody, is when they don't give the full story. Yeah,
I don't know the context. Like, they were out there protesting. I don't know. I don't have enough context to even say anything, honestly.
Luckily Twitter and the lovely people on Twitter that actually do real journalism will help give us more context. Let's do 10 more seconds. I feel like I heard something before from this guy that he said that was like, what the F, but it's not coming up. So let's just see what happens here.
Who did that cop protect? Or was the cop the aggressor? Was the cop the one who was committing a crime? Do we need protection from the police in our public safety conversation?
Yeah, we're going to just stop it there because I think, that's about it.
We've given him his airtime. We've hit this conversation very, very often. Serve and protect, Supreme Court ruling. No, officers are not there to do just that. They are there to enforce the law.
So leave it to Andy No, and I know a lot of people, especially,
feel all kinds of ways about him.
Oh, yeah, they hate this guy.
So much so that, ironically, BLM and Antifa have assaulted Asian men that are not anti-No because they're Asian. They looked like them.
Yep.
It's happened a lot.
So he says, this cinematic photo, which we saw the video. By the way, the video is hard as fuck to find, as we've said. But Vuestro Merced getting punched by a Wilkinsburg officer after trying to stop an arrest has gone viral. So they were interfering with an arrest.
Okay, so that would be the reasoning.
Right.
Okay.
Now, like violence, I'm not sure. But Vuestro mercied the militant BLM protester who was punched by a black cop and fell to the ground in Pittsburgh after trying to forcibly prevent arrest. This is him. Or her, I'm sorry.
There you go. Yeah, that respect.
The rest of the heavyset BLM protester who was punched to the ground by a black cop after trying to prevent an arrest is also an exercise instructor.
So what about the conversation of, is it okay?
That's what we're alluding to.
Like, we know as men, we're pretty much indoctrinated or raised, it is not chivalrous to hurt a woman, to swing on a woman. It's almost never appropriate, which I think has gone out the window by this day and age. Because I've seen shit, okay? I've never laid hands on a woman with, intent to hurt. Just one accident in 7th grade, an accidental backhand to the back of her neck. Sorry, Holly.
You know my slogan, right?
Yeah, no.
I'll never hit a woman, but I'll beat a bitch's ass. Like, I remember in middle school, I was like, this one girl was just like really annoying me, harassing me, and just being, because I was like a little fat white kid. She was a black girl, and she was just like, I just called her a bitch. I was like, you're a bitch. And she was like, she came up to my face, she was like, say bitch again. And I was like, you're a, and she just fucking nailed me right in the, she probably could have killed me. She did the palm right to the nose.
It's my favorite.
Boom.
It's my favorite Josh story.
And then I chased her around the tree, and then but I was in like a cry anger mode. And luckily one of the teachers came out and she stopped me and she was like, what were you gonna do?
Yeah, seriously.
And it really kind of put me, I was like, I don't know. But I was just so angry that I was just like, what the,
the full rage mode kicked in. Yeah.
And it's just like you feel like you can't do anything. Now, if that girl and myself were in the same situation, but it's 2022, and that girl actually was a boy at birth and became a girl, would I have the right to defend myself? Because I know we can't hit girls, as you said.
Right. Women. Biological women.
Biological women. So can we beat a bitch's
that
ass?
Identifies as a female that we know is biologically male? I mean, on another page that's my Madhouse page, I posted a video of two trannies. I don't know, two trannies. They're dudes that look like chicks, and they beat the fuck out of this guy. All right.
Oh yeah. We actually played that video.
Oh wow, really?
A year or two ago.
And the boobs were everywhere.
Yep. And
I mean,
because it kind of led us into talk about like Peter Pan and all the clubs down here that myself and you've been to.
Oh yeah, all the time. Wait, don't put that. What the fuck you? All right.
I've been to a few of them. Yeah, for sure.
Peter Pan.
Yeah, it's like an eatery right out front of what's the gay club out there off of Oakland Park.
Oh yeah, Lips.
Yeah, and Lips and Dicks.
Okay.
Lips and Dicks.
Oh, and the rumor, Mona, I am a Jubian prince. Yes, correct. So, okay, but yeah, the conversation. I'd like to hear from the chat if you would bless us with such, I guess, information. Like, do you approach a trans woman
the left
differently?
I think we would hear what we think we would hear from the left. I think, well, if they identify as a woman, you have to treat them as such. And even if that woman attacked you, you're not allowed to defend yourself. I really do think that. I think that stance would be taken. I do.
Towering, muscle-toned, woman-looking.
Yeah, macho man. I'm about to beat you up. Yeah.
Yeah, South Park's rendition of that is fucking
strong
perfect.
Woman. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I guess I would be canceled because if a trans woman came at me in any kind of way and I felt threatened, I would assert my right to defend myself.
Dude, does anybody want to call in and chime in on this topic? We'll open the phone lines before we get to the next topic. I guess we'll just open it up and see if people feel like chiming in.
I don't really think
nobody gives a fuck.
Passionate about, I think they kind of agree with, the consensus we've reached.
I'd like that. Well, okay, cool. If people
hello, Summer.
TZ Burton says if they look like Blair White, no. I mean, he's got a point.
I don't know.
I know, man. Did I just assume his gender?
Yeah, don't do that.
Shit.
But I don't know who Blair White is.
Oh, well, Blair, you know what? I'm going to show a picture of Blair White to Eli.
Is this is a man or Blair's a woman.
That's Blair White.
Okay. And it's got some plastic surgery going on. I'm guessing is that a man? That's a man? That's a man. That's a man.
That's a man.
What in the wow, man?
Look.
Put the wow in whoa, man. And the man there too. What the fuck? I saw the before and after.
Where? No.
The one with the pink hair right there.
Yeah, there's a better one somewhere, but I think they took a lot off.
All right,
of
well,
it.
Yeah. Yep, okay.
So, exactly. Like, there's nuance to everything, as TZ pointed out. Yeah, if they really kind of... That looks like I don't want to be, misogynist here, but like a little frail woman. Like, it looks like one punch to her and she'd be broken.
But I'm sorry to do it like
this. But we're
this.
not talking about Blair White.
Put the phone lines up if you wish, because we just got like some shady dots. Hello, the Fox. Hello and welcome. I assume you have seen the very popular Josh from the Josh Show representing Stuck in the Middle, Stuck at Night.
What is that supposed to mean? Where is this going? I'll put up the phone line. If you feel like calling and chime in on this topic, please do. We encourage that. 954-399-3631. That's 954-399-3631. The phones are open if you feel like chiming in. Give us a call. Yeah.
Regarding anything, honestly.
Yep. Before we move on to proof of the left's echo chamber, and then we get out of here.
Remember, I don't know, we could gently peruse this. The blatant racism that was on the Voice of the People, the page that is not meant to be a representation of the show. It's literally where some people that listen to the show go, but it's a place where a lot of people that are very angry go to argue with one another.
Yeah, I was very taken aback by that comment because this person, I tried to kind of go out of my way to kind of help understand their side a little more. Like, what do you mean by false flags? Is it because, these crimes, these types of crime? And I literally even parenthesed, not talking about race right now. Just like, are you talking about that school shootings happen less than everyday violent crime, but it's only the school shootings that are, perpetrated on TV or purported on TV or whatever the word is, and there's not a lot of talk about those everyday violent crimes. But then my counter to that was, there's a reason why the things that don't happen as often are on TV. It's because the everyday things are every day. So if that was the case too, that kind of plays against the whole conspiracy against trying to take the guns away, because wouldn't the everyday crimes then be actually more valuable for this conspiracy to get rid of guns because they're happening so much? But
my only proposal
then I countered that was because the school shootings involve children and the left.
Right. You love
children, so it's a spider web.
But also, I think I pointed out earlier when we talked about it that these not school shootings, this crime, this violence that we're talking about is typically in liberal run or democratically run neighborhoods or blue states or whatever the case.
Yeah, and not just that, but we do think a lot of the crime and stuff goes on really more so relates to this kind of class warfare, kind of, low income kind of neighborhoods.
That's where I think we're united, and unfortunately people want to put race right smack dab in the middle as the only
as the reason why
and
it's violent.
This individual doubled down and went
doubled down in a
with,
very bad way.
Right, with full on N-word drops and all this and all those.
It really gives someone like that, to me, gives the right a bad look. Someone like that solidifies why people call a lot of people on the right racist. I don't know if that was being said cheeky, but there was no I'm a free speech person, and we've had this talk before. I can show you a bit from Opie Radio where Artie Lang and Gilbert Godfrey. There's a song by John Lennon called "Women Are the Blank of the World." Women is the N-word of the world. That's a song.
Yes, this is true.
Okay, there you go. But they kind of came back in because it was National Women's Day. Artie and Gilbert started riffing Beatles songs, but putting the N-word in there. Oh. And it was, to me, it was funny. This person...
Comedic intent.
The intent matters. This person was using it to describe a type of person. It sounded...
It was malicious. It was
It
ugly.
felt more
it was
malicious.
Disgusting. I mean...
There was no way, around it.
I have a picture of the original unedited...
No need to show it.
Nope, not going to do that. No, not necessary whatsoever. And then, strangely edited after the fact. Oh, by the way, the person that brought it to my attention, her comment was reported. So now we're going to have to look into this.
By who?
We're going to have, it might be the person that is maybe blatantly racist. But,
I'm not going to go that far. I bet not. Because right now, if her comment's there and the other person's comment's gone, it looks like she's the one being mean and stuff like that.
I'm going to...
Because she probably put N star, You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
She didn't make it. It was probably automatically flagged. YouTube knows when if on a title you type S ... or S ... IT, it knows you're trying to say shit, So if that's YouTube algorithms, I guarantee you Facebook, you take out one letter of a word that's a hate word, they know what that word is. You know what I mean? So
but
that was very nasty with that person.
Before it's dealt with, no place for that shit.
We got to keep each other in check.
Not on this show and not on any page that has our name on it. Yeah. It was gross. Very
gross. Speaking of gross,
God, this makes me nervous.
This is Ken Jeong walking out. Finally, we got the video. Just because somebody on the opposing side was there. And this, to me, is just poetic. It's very poetic. It's this is a good, I don't know if it's a microcosm.
You could say it's like a fucking metaphor.
It's a good metaphor. Yeah, thank you. Sorry, I was dumbfounded. I was Biden-founded there for a second.
I noticed. I know when to come in the clutch. But this,
And to me, Rudy Giuliani actually said something very poignant. I was like, I'm glad, I get why he made an ass of himself. He's not a good singer. Not whatsoever.
Okay.
But his explanation of why he did it, I was like, fucking right on, man.
Okay.
Really cool. But Ken Jeong was like, I'm done. I'm leaving. Dude, that guy literally in a skit said, ha, gay.
Yeah, so this is the line for him.
Yeah, this is the line for Lee.
See, they can bend and break the rules any way they see fit once you're identified as being on that side. But when somebody is blue mark verified checked as being on the opposing side. There's no discourse allowed. You can't even stay in the same fucking room, even in a moment of levity or camaraderie.
And this is a great metaphor for people on Twitter right now freaking out because Elon Musk, you know, may be doing some things.
Associate Attorney General, former mayor of New York City.
It's low, so.
Rudy Giuliani.
Something to shock in that. Okay.
And this show's fucking stupid as it is. I think the audience is filmed separately than what's going on here.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
These establishments do some fuckery.
Wow. I had no idea. Wow. This is definitely something I never would have guessed.
Ken Jeong, arms crossed.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Giuliani, with all of the
Nick Cannon.
Here, so here's the
surrounding you right now, I think it surprises us all that you're here on The Masked Singer. Why? Me too.
Me too. I'm surprised I'm here too, but let's
Yeah.
listen.
Well done. Okay.
Man, what made you decide to do this?
Well, I guess the main reason is I just had a granddaughter, Grace, and I want her to know that you should try everything, even things that are completely unlike you and unlikely. And I couldn't think of anything more unlike me and unlikely than this.
That's actually fucking glorious. What a great message.
Bro.
Can we not be bipartisan about positive messages? Is that allowed?
Watch how much allowed it is for this guy. And I liked Ken Jeong.
And I enjoy the show. I have for years. And it just seemed like it would be fun. And I don't get to have a lot of fun.
I just would like to know, in your package...
So now he goes on like, yeah, they asked me a few questions, but he goes on to sing Bad to the Bone, which is horrible, by the way.
And when I found out I could do that, I took advantage of doing a wedding anytime I could, because if you can do a wedding, I did the show.
Granddaughter, there's no better reason to do a show.
So check it out. So he starts to sing Bad to the Bone.
This was a really wonderful experience.
Artists form together for Rudy Giuliani.
Look how bad this.
Oh, come on. Really? Guy? Really? Fucking drama queen?
I mean, if he comes out and says I left because he suck at singing, I'd be like, okay, he kind of
Okay,
redeemed
yeah.
himself like as a joke. But we know that's why he didn't leave.
He's supposed to be a comedian, an arbiter defender of free speech and intent. The man's intent was illustrated very clearly for his granddaughter, inspiring someone to step out of their comfort zone. What more can you do than something like this to
Yeah.
be a testimonial to
Do
somebody?
things that aren't like you. Do things that are unlike you, just to explore possible. Like what an awesome message.
Yeah.
Who cares if you don't like the guy? It's just like, but people can't separate the message.
That tribal fucking...
The tribal just
that-
fucking
the
clings
most
to him
primitive
like a fly on shit.
aspect of human nature is just so strong that he had to go and destroy a beautiful moment. I hope, I hope that man fucking evolves.
And also, yeah, for sure. But you also have to kind of wave a wag of the finger at whoever fucking put this on. I don't know if it's NBC or whatever, but like they still aired it. They edited it. They aired it. They made it happen. You know what I mean? Like they're a little bit to blame in this too. Like they let like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great. Who knows? How much editing happened here to make it look a little more serious than it was. But NBC still put it out. They still kind of advertise it at like, look what Ken Jeong did.
Right. Oh, yeah, I'm sure the advertising, like, you won't believe. So, speaking of editing, like, very convenient right now.
Yeah.
I think we have two schools of thought between two viewers, as near and far as I can tell.
Okay.
All right, you remember, what was it? Fucking, I forget the guy. Sacha Baron Cohen's,
Yep.
he did
Oh, yeah.
part 2 with the whole...
Yep.
Now, there was a lot of editing done there, too, right?
Uh-huh.
And I've watched that film and took away that it was just clever editing. I didn't really get the vibe whatsoever that he really was trying to have sex with an underage
Bro.
child.
It was...
They try to get him in such a precarious position.
And as we talked about last night, the loss of control of Twitter is freaking some specific people out because they were able to control a narrative for so long. Because I posted this. Check this out. Let me.
My confusion is the people that have been so angry at the club as it has been. We finally have somebody that's shaking it up a bit. Yeah, I know he might kind of be considered close to being in the club already, but
did you see this picture? This was posted on the community page.
Is that
This is Robert Reich, and if you could,
I used to be a fan of his too.
If you want to read the top tweet, this is from what's 7?
Oh,
July 7th, 2021. So read what that one says.
Trump is suing Facebook, Twitter, and Google for violating his First Amendment rights by keeping him off their platforms. Someone should remind him that they're private companies to which the First Amendment doesn't apply.
Okay.
Fascinating.
9 months ago. Here's him just recently on Elon Musk. Go ahead.
This is why consistency is so fucking important. Musk and his apologists say if consumers don't like what he does with Twitter, they can go elsewhere. But where else would consumers go to post short messages that can reach millions of people other than Twitter? The free market increasingly reflects the demands of big money.
Bro.
Is he being ironic here? He's like literally on he's on Twitter. That's where I see the blue check mark.
Yeah, no, yeah, he's Robert Reich. He's a fucking business dude. He's like the business
he was a
guy.
big Sanders supporter, and I actually used to be a supporter of his until I caught his bullshit.
Dude.
Here he is on his bullshit yet again.
And it's that same thing. It's okay when it happens to the side I don't like, but when it happens to my side, oh my God, no. And therein lies one of the biggest problems is that lack of consistency. And we get blamed for pointing that out. Right now, all the right is doing is the kind of like the same old. To me, my analogy still holds true. Like the left and the right are just like this. Like you're walking down the street, and every day, and it's a rough analogy. Every day you pass this heroin addict. He's been there. You know he'll be there. You keep walking by him. You know he always tries to steal this and steal that. You know what to expect, right? One of these times you walk by the same area, and then there's this guy on the left-hand side. You've never seen him before, and he's kind of itching and scratching, and he just looks like he shouldn't be there. But he looks like he kind of has so you go up to him and you try to say, hey man, are you okay? Is everything fine? And what he does, he's like, no, look at that guy. And he points to the guy you always walk by. He doesn't want you to notice what they're going through. They keep deflecting to what, the right is. And to me, that's the analogy of current day in politics is like, I'm used to all this, the same old stuff that the right gets accused of, and rightfully so, and stuff like that. But right now, the left has gone so insane that it would be unfair to just pretend as if nothing is going on there. Like they've their morals, their stance everything has drifted so far, or some of them in that party have drifted so far to the left that even when you talk and you identify as a progressive, even when you talk about policies. Yeah. Even when, a lot of left, Bill Maher, Russell Brand, Joe Rogan, when they talk, when they themselves identify as being more left, but then they just kind of agree with a few policies.
Step out of line.
They step out of line and the slander comes out. Far right. You're right. Like
traitor. I've heard it all. It's the same old shit. Which is why I had to inevitably evolve to this position where I literally have to say, fuck it, before I come on, where I used to be so concerned about how I was perceived. It's not a healthy mind space to be in. Always
not
worrying what people think. No. So I said, fuck it. Fuck the judgment. I know how I feel about policy and how I'll vote. And I know what people have my respect and what people don't. And it's a very, very small number. Something really has to happen in the upper echelon of the highest seat of power, wherever that is right now. We know where it is, because there's nobody to really celebrate.
No, there isn't. Like, and do you want, do we want the same older people always coming in? Like, do we want Trump back again? Like, I would have loved for him to stay all 8 years to try to see, you know, I would love for almost any president to stay the whole time, because having that middle, you know, that middle time campaigning really kind of takes away from what you're trying to do. But Trump more specifically, because a lot of those things seem like they were going to pay off.
He was achieving a lot, man.
Right.
And it was
So
not
what's
okay
another
to say
4
that.
years going to do? It's going to be like this kind of this uphill battle. It will do something, but then he's going to be, you know, almost Biden's age now. Do we want somebody like that? So, you know, there's a lot. There's a lot.
Just
there.
like I used to follow the people that were inspired by the person that inspired me the most, I think he has done the same. I just don't know what names to name on that account, because I continue to hold my side accountable the most. And in terms of progressives, there's nobody I got that I can lean on.
Can I play this video?
Yeah, by all means.
Get over the
It's so
drone
on point.
Yeah, Jimmy Dore. I don't know how old this is. This could be just a few days old. But, you know, just speaking of Trump, Jimmy Dore made an excellent quote. You looks like you got something to say?
No, TZ, we don't want Florida to lose Big Ron.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
No,
seriously.
no. I know everybody's vying for him for
Big Ron
president.
stays. States' rights,
maybe
baby.
I'd consider voting for him, but states' rights is where it starts, man.
I'm so glad Florida had the balls to stand up against that stuff. But here,
We're in a better place for it.
we will find out why. I don't even know how we got onto Trump. How the fuck did we get here?
You know, just shit happens.
Yeah.
Took us from 2 wars to 7.
He's talking about Barack Obama.
Dropped more bombs than George Bush. He presided over the drone program, which killed 90% innocent people. He kicked 5.1 million families out of their house while giving trillions to Wall Street. He denied you a public option while enriching health insurance companies and big pharma. That's Barack Obama built the cages that Trump put those kids in. Barack Obama deported more Hispanics than Trump could ever dream of. That's who Barack Obama is. He's a pretty face of authoritarian fascism who is crushing the worker. That's who Barack Obama is.
Damn.
Was my failure to fully appreciate at the time just how susceptible we had become to lies and conspiracy theories.
Those lies.
You mean like
Big fuck you.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That sarin gas thing? Remember when Colin Powell held it up at the UN? Remember he said this, a teaspoon of this could kill hundreds of thousands of people? Remember, you mean a lie like that? Or a lie like we have to go get Gaddafi in Libya to help the people? You mean a lie like that? Which lie? The 20-year war in Afghanistan, which the Afghan papers revealed was one big lie? One big fucking cash scam?
Conspiracy theory is still very much alive in the U.S.
We just saw a sitting president deny the clear results of an election.
You mean the way you guys did when Trump beat Hillary Clinton? Because that's what you did for 4 years. So it's okay for Barack Obama to say Russia overthrew our government in 2016. But it's not okay for Trump to say that his election wasn't on the up and up. But it's just Trump's lie is bad. Why? Because Trump wasn't a natural Republican or Democrat, and he didn't serve either party specifically. He was an outsider, and they can't have that. They can't have people who aren't sanctioned and controlled by the parties, which is just meaning they're sanctioned and controlled by the corporation. That's what this is about.
And those exact sentiments is what brought Jimmy Dore and myself to appreciate somebody like Bernie Sanders. He fell off, Trump came in, and I slowly came to respect Trump, which I never thought would happen.
What a mic drop moment. God damn.
Yeah, Jimmy Dore is fucking good at what
I
he does,
tried to
man.
send, like some of Jimmy Dore's videos I tried to send to Paul the producer, and he's just like,
He ain't
yeah,
gonna-
just a typical crazy person, crazy leftist who's like, becoming a right-wing conservative.
The Paul the producer repeated verbatim Sean King's shit about Musk. He was a proprietor of apartheid. Blah, blah, he was verbatim. It's
Because
so
that tweet
typical.
was spoken about, and then, it's just like it's reported on so much that it becomes then the said truth of kind of that whole narrative. It's crazy.
The giant celebration of the day is certainly that Sean King decided to shut the fuck up and get off of Twitter. Thank you, Elon Musk.
Celebrate good time, come on.
How can literally a fake black
It's a
man get away with
celebration.
that appropriation? It's literally, this is why we talk about the left so much, because of the double standard of the status quo here.
and his fucking tweet from yesterday.
The way some people are overjoyed about the idea that of Elon Musk.
Oh, this isn't it.
God
damn
okay,
it.
no, that's Dr. Aosogarano.
What the F?
But that's all right.
There you go. I think this is it, right?
Well, I saw white something in there, so.
Yeah, yep. This is
Oh,
it.
yeah, we read that yesterday.
Yep, yeah, exactly.
It's about fucking white power, and that's the exact thing that Paul, the producer, repeated, regurgitated, because it's like no original thought there. It's like their hive mind thinking, and they wait for the loudest bee to fucking speak, and then all the other little worker bees start fucking working their shit.
And just a little follow up. Here's some angry people before we play some other videos to get the F out of here.
Well, it looks like Twitter's gone. They accepted the money, and Elon Stalin is taking over. So fuck you, Twitter, and goodbye forever, you insane Q-like forum. Or soon to be insane like Q-like forum. Peace out.
You see how upset they get? They get so upset when like there's any sliver of a chance that any opposition comes. Like if they don't have the power, they're so like, man, well, I don't like you. I don't want the power.
She's not intelligent enough to realize she just compared one of the most celebrated hardcore socialists, communists, to a super capitalist.
Just as the left sees a lot of right-wing people as a bunch of, like, look at them, they're a bunch of idiots. Fine. But you can't sit there and tell me that there's not a lot of these types of people on the left, because goddamn do I see them fucking. They're like a dime a dozen, if I use that term correctly. That's a lot, right? Like they're out there. You can find a lot of them.
Dime a dozen, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
I get my consensus here.
Dime a quarter. I don't know.
Oh, bye.
I'm not gonna.
Elon Musk, this is directly to you. Enjoy Twitter. I just deactivated mine. I will not be reactivating
It's the next COVID vaccine
Enjoy.
sticker.
Yeah,
that's what this is.
It's all.
I got vaccinated. I left Twitter.
I deactivated my account and deleted the app.
It's like
that's what I think.
DNC putting on Kwanzaa
Fuck Elon
gear.
Musk.
Today, Twitter has
did he
announced
do?
that they've been bought by Elon Musk, or however you say his name. I'm not interested in staying on Twitter anymore because of this, and I think there's a lot of people that are about to leave. So I just wanted to let everyone know that you can find me here. I'm going to also share this on Twitter before I deactivate my account, so that anyone who wants to follow me can find me here as well.
I don't want to find you.
Hey.
Oh my God.
I did a thing today.
What'd you do?
I deactivated my Twitter account.
You got really dolled up for this one, huh?
You can too.
Oh, thanks for the inspiration. I feel like I should just deactivate everything. You want to be really liberated? Deactivate all your fucking social media shit, people.
Please.
Go and then just live in the present. I mean, because this tool that was meant to bring us all together has done the opposite and become a tool of destruction and division.
Well, I mean, it was fine for them when they didn't have their opposition on there. I just hope it doesn't turn into the opposite. That's all.
I am knighting somebody real quick while I can.
Yes, please.
Dr. J. Banana, I promised you
skeptical about this app called.
While you were on the Sage News Network with Beer Man and Josh, killing it, son. Killing it! I promised that I'd make you a moderator, and I bestow upon you all the powers that comes with being a moderator. Did a fantastic job. You are a fantastic supporter.
You are officially mod knighted.
Yep. It's done. It's done happen. So, thank you and congratulations. I hope
happy about that.
You wanted that, by the way.
Probably not.
Hello, Global Watchman News 2.
Oh, that's the
one we spoke of earlier.
Yes. Who dropped them bombs? Just joking.
Feel free
that was
to
Obama.
Rewatch.
Hey yo.
You know the real bombs.
Yeah.
So all right, you got any levity?
Yeah. Well, I don't know about all that, but we probably got something here.
Ducks, I have seen many comments for you to check out that channel, and we will check out the vibe check.
This is an oldie but goodie. Sometimes we do those. Sometimes we do the oldie but goodies. And I totally forgot about this video until I saw it again. This is where a woman out chugs a man so bad he dies.
What?
Yeah, he dies. He just dies because she was just too good at it.
Okay, makes sense.
Fuck.
Scientifically too.
Yeah, fuck this day. partying, and that's it, dude. He's dead. It killed him, dude.
Oh man, that's disappointing.
Dude, look, he's doing
he
the.
knocked himself out.
Yeah, dude, he hit his head hard.
Woo.
But she drunk him out. Look at him. Oh boy.
Yep.
Fuck.
Damn. All right, Battle of the Sexes have just been concluded. The men have lost this round.
Did you ever outdrink anybody under the table like that? Like, I literally, one time I went to a party and there was this drunk douche just like sitting at like this table by himself. He's like, I'll outdrink anybody here. And like, I was like, I was young, I was dumb, and like, I'd like, kind of like, the oh my God, what are they doing? Kind of like the attention of it. I was like, I sat down, I turned the chair sideways, like I turned the chair around where I sat down, and I was like, I looked like a badass sitting down. I turned my hat backwards. I was like, let's do this. And we proceeded to drink.
I feel inspired.
I think it was Captain Morgan or something like that.
Oh shit.
We were taking shot after shot after shot. He fell over and he shit himself.
Okay, I remember this.
We had to drag him to the bathroom, and in the bathroom, we dragged him to the bathtub, and we put him in the bathtub, and he continued to shit himself. He was completely passed out. 20 minutes after that, I was a mess. I didn't shit or piss myself.
Yeah.
But goddamn, it was one of those things where you wake up like, what? Like, where the fuck am I? How the fuck did I get here? You know what I'm talking about? Those,
of course.
Yeah, those nights.
Yeah.
It was that morning, and like I lost one of my favorite shirts, but they were like, you don't remember? You like this guy challenged you to a drink off, and you accepted. And I was like, what happened? Did I win? I was like in a blur. Did I win?
I used to love that shit, which was very unhealthy for my lifestyle.
And your liver.
Yes. I don't know what it was. I used to love getting all the calls and putting together what the fuck I did the night prior.
Dude, one day I got a note that I woke up to that like what people had to like. Dude, this is dedication. One of my friends growing up, like we were all big beer pong people, so we'd be getting drunk all the time. And one of the nights, Josh got a little too drunk because there was a little too many beer. But you know what a beer ball is? Remember beer balls?
Yeah.
Hell
Oh, fuck
yeah. So there's a lot of beer balls involved, and then someone always goes by as a Sparks or always goes by, like a Four Loko and or some type of alcohol. The mixing occurred, and I got fucking wasted. And my friend was like, I can't let you go to bed because I know you're going to puke.
Okay.
What do you think he did?
Let you go to bed to puke?
Shoved it. No, he took his fingers and made me puke.
Oh, wow. Wow, okay.
Yeah, I was like, and when I woke up and I saw that in the note, I was like, what? I was like, really like.
Did you feel violated? Would you have felt better if it was in your buttocks?
I would have felt better if it was his, like his pecker.
His pecker? I mean, okay.
No, of course not. I felt violated. I was like, you did what? He's like, yeah, man, I didn't want you to puke. I was like, thank you, I guess. Like, it just was weird, right? How would you feel?
I don't
violated.
Yeah, I don't know, but he did a solid for you.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Know?
Listen, I can't.
It could have saved your life. We don't know.
We'll never know.
So let me call him to tell him, damn you.
Yeah.
All right. So
let's see what else we got.
Okay.
I think it'd only be fair.
Oh, do we? I think we might want to put phone calls up because I see advocation for it if you want to.
Sure. If you want it up, give it.
Actually call though. There's that whole thing.
Yeah, it happens. Sometimes we look like a bunch of tools when we put the phone line up and nobody calls. But hey, it would be better if the phones were always open. But hey, we don't have it like that yet. So if you do feel like calling 954-399-3631. Give us a call. Oh, hang on a second. I bet they're going to call right when I don't have everything up. Let me see.
Probably.
No, okay, it's up. So, so want to give us a call, 954-399-3631. The phones is open. We're not staying here much longer. Yeah, we got another video or two, and then we're out.
Josh says, like when I did the cold open, and I said I worked all day, construction, did a shit. This motherfucker, yeah, all right. Started at, let's say 8 a.m. I know he had a little later morning. And literally got home at like 7 p.m. sharp and had to rush on to guest on Sage News Network.
Do Sage. Yep.
Here we go. All right. So it's either Brandy or Kenneth.
Call from. Okay. I've sent the caller to voicemail. At any time, you may press star to join.
Damn it. Fuck. Yeah, listen, we haven't had a phone call in a while. I was supposed to press 1 and not 2. Please call again.
Please do that again.
I'm so sorry.
We're sorry. I mean, I saw.
I could call them back. Should I call them back? That'd be weird, right?
To make it awkward so that we could both call at the same time and then keep on. There we go. All right, hit the number.
Hi, guys.
Well,
call from. Who is this?
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys. It's Lori.
Lori. Oh,
shit.
Lori, what's up?
I feel all kinds of different ways. Hi, Lori.
Hi, Lori.
Hi.
Did you listen to the beginning of the show?
I don't think
I did not listen to the beginning of the show. I was busy doing my own research for tomorrow's show, so I did not.
May I tell you a little bit that you may not be aware of? I'm sure you don't mind. It's somebody had sent him. I'm sorry, I just answered for you. Somebody had sent me a screenshot of apparently, not even allegedly,
somebody else's comments. We're not trying to.
Somebody else's comments, which were pretty heavy-handed.
Somebody you know, Lori, was kind of running wild with the N-word?
Well, what happened is I was talking to my husband, and he told me to type something in there, and I did not edit it.
Oh, so he told you to write the words that were there, and it got posted without an edit?
It was posted without an edit, yeah.
Okay. And because is it entirely gone? Because, it was snapped quickly and then sent to me by one of our followers.
Yeah, some people got wind of that. They were like, whoa, because it did seem, like we were just kind of talking about how like the uses of that word in context. Like I was going over like some comedy bits that people had that word. Like there's a song by John Lennon that says women are the blank of the world, but they when they use the word, it just didn't seem as, I'm not implying you to be anything, but you kind of use the N word to, instead of saying.
The problem with it is people, this generation, I'll say, because I'm an older generation, you get offended by everything that people say, everything. And growing up in the hood like I did, it was a common word for me. I grew up in the hood.
Yeah, you did make mention of that. I believe Chicago.
Oh, damn.
Oh, I know. I live in Chicago. I grew up in Buffalo and Niagara Falls.
Okay.
I grew up in Rochester.
Oh, nice.
Well,
yeah, so you know.
Just for the record, I mean, I have to say, completely, that was unacceptable, language that was used, and that's why we talked about intent matters for everything.
And it was taken down right away.
So you recognize that it was a faux pas of sorts.
Absolutely.
You got to give that husband of yours a talking to for suggesting such foul language like that.
See, well, I told him, I was like, oh my God, I didn't even read it. He goes, you need to read stuff before you send it if I write it. I was like, yeah, I know.
Oh, he typed it. He typed it. Okay, so he didn't tell you to type. He was the one who got on your phone and typed it.
Oh, okay. Wow.
You got to edit it out before you send it. And I didn't know what he wrote. I didn't look at it.
Yeah.
And then when I realized what it was, I was like, oh, shit. Yeah.
He pulled the old switcheroo on you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, boy. Okay.
But, that's what it is.
Well,
like I
that's
said,
the story.
Everybody wants to get offended by words, I mean, that's common. Growing up, I mean, that was, like I said, I'm almost 60 years old, guys. I grew up in a different time than you guys. I don't get offended by words. People I hang out don't get offended by words. I've had numerous, right now, I told you guys, I work on the website that I gave the statistics from. And they're all of, what do I say that's not going to offend you? Do I say they're all
No,
black?
I'm not offended.
You don't even know what you want to say anymore because,
Well, you don't say the N-word.
Everybody gets
You don't.
Yeah, no.
You could say black. I think that's acceptable.
The way that you had articulated your stats was okay, and I'll even cop to being aggressive on the onset when it came to that, and I did. I was the first to pivot. But yeah, the stats, the numbers don't lie. But the only time that the hammer had to kind of drop though is when I saw that. And once I couldn't find it, and you acknowledge it wasn't meant to be.
Complete faux pas, absolutely. And you noticed the other post that was put up today. You noticed my meme on there, right? I wasn't touching that one with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, yeah. You and a lot of other people.
So, Lori, do you like Gran Torino? You know Gran Torino, that movie with Clint Eastwood?
I do.
Okay, you remember the scene when Clint Eastwood is telling the younger kid, this is just how we talk to each other, and he's calling the Chinese man, he's calling the word that rhymes with sink and stuff like that. That's kind of how you see it, right? You just this person's just the N-word. That's all. It's not necessarily negative.
It's not even. It's a comment. I mean, the generation now, you guys you get offended by words. It's just words. Back when I grew up, there was an old saying, it was sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
But N-words will never hurt me.
Yeah. And, it's just a word. It's a word that back in the 50s and 60s was commonplace. Now it's oh my gosh, you get offended by it. So.
Well, I mean, boy, I mean, this
can you at least acknowledge that, and I guess you kind of have, Laura, you're kind of saying the same thing that,
well, if she went back
some people see it as more than just a word.
No, I totally went back and took it down because I knew it wasn't appropriate. I knew it was going to offend a lot of people. I mean, I get that. I'm not,
Are there crimes that black criminals commit offensive?
Okay, let me ask you guys that.
Go ahead.
Talking about this, what about the crimes that these black criminals commit? Is that offensive to you guys? Because it seems to me like people are more offended by the things that I said rather than they were offended
the things
by
that your
the fact
husband
that
said.
95% of the crime is committed by these people. So I mean,
Violent crime and
it was the things your husband
crime.
said, right? Not you, right?
Well,
Lori, no, we weren't offended by what you said because you didn't type it. It was your husband who typed it. So we were offended by what he said.
No, but what I'm saying is, I mean, you guys are offended. You seem to me.
I treat black criminals with more respect.
Yeah, should we treat black criminals with more respect? Because I mean, it seems like people are offended by the words that are being used or the statistics that I'm giving, rather than. Like the one person I told her, I was like, why are you mad at me? You should be mad at the criminals, the black criminals that are committing these crimes.
I don't think any criminal deserves respect. Doesn't matter, what type of, but
like people are more apt to
Lori,
they get more offended by what I'm saying rather than looking at the statistics and being upset by that.
Would you and your husband, how do you feel about there's to us, when I see those statistics, I see it more as a poverty area, and it could just be coincidentally that it happens to be resided in by black people. So could there be more of a class thing here than a race thing, or you just do you believe wholeheartedly
we're going to say because somebody's poor that it's okay to be violent?
No. Nobody said that. But
no, that's
wherever
not the
there is
correlation
poverty,
at all.
Wherever there is poverty, there is more violence. Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely, there is. Okay, I am a while ago on my channel. I had a video up and it was taken down. YouTube deleted one of my big channels. They had 70,000
Yeah, no, I actually started to follow some of your stuff. You've made some noise out there.
Yeah. I've actually had the police at my house because of Sandy Hook. I've had, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Anyway, so FBI show up in my house. Yeah. Anyway, so death threats, you name it. But because I'm very outspoken, and I will tell you, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If you want sugarcoated, if you want lies, go someplace else because you ain't going to get it from me. But anyways, I had a video on my big channel, and it was a ex-gang member here in Chicago, and he was talking about how they would wake up in the morning, and they would go out, and in the alleyways there would be boxes of guns that had been dropped off, and the cops knew they were there. They thought the cops were putting them there. So living in the inner city, you have corrupt, especially in Chicago, you have corrupt police officers, you have corrupt politicians.
You have a defunct system, and nobody is doing well in a defunct system.
Well,
if you dropped a bunch of guns off an Oprah with people.
See, and that's just it. But if you dropped okay, so I live in a white.
What's your husband's name? Okay. Because he seems like he's got a lot to say too. Like maybe put you guys on speakerphone so we can hear both you guys. Put him on speakerphone.
He's on speakerphone.
Okay.
Cool.
But let me just tell you. So these guys. I know you got to go back. So these guys, these people of color, whatever you want to call them, they would get up and they would distribute the guns to all the people in the neighborhood. Now, I live in a white suburb. I wake up in the morning, I walk outside, I see a thing of guns. What do you think I'm going to do?
We're going to bring them inside the house.
I mean, right? That's what I'd.
I mean, seriously. Yes.
Wouldn't anybody grab those guns then?
Like, I'm not gonna lie. I would absolutely profiteer or keep a few of them fuckers.
That's what Dave just said. He goes, "We're bringing them to the house." But no, I mean, logically.
I mean, I guess you'd have to call the police, right?
I'm not doing that. I'm keeping those guns.
Yeah, but those guns could be, they could be stolen. Then your property of a stolen gun.
I'd like to comment on something where I think I see where this is kind of going. So I want to throw in, like, all right, there is a certain reporter that was very popular, and he had outed how essentially the CIA, the FBI, the government was funding drug dealers. And I forget his name.
Absolutely, 100%.
And he was suicided. He had a bullet in his cheek and in his head, and they say, "Yep, no, he definitely just did himself in. The good old twofer in the noggin."
Yep.
He's one of my
Killed,
fucking heroes.
Shot 27 times, worst case of suicide I ever saw.
Right? Yeah. So I know some of this shit goes on, and I did misinterpret the false flag reference when we had spoken immediately. Okay. But I do understand, like, in these areas, this fuck shit does go down, and it happens, and people do want to make a bad situation worse. So, you know.
Yeah. I'll be up in just a minute.
Probably by saying the N-word.
My husband's a truck driver. He just got in, and we work long hours.
Oh, your husband's a truck driver? Much respect to that profession. That is a hard line of work there, but it keeps the country moving, so props to him.
Well, we own our own company. We own a reefer business. We take
well, that's
food
great.
products.
Well, like, let me make a suggestion. And, to your husband, maybe be careful with those texts out there.
I was talking to him, and I read what we had talked about yesterday, and I was talking to him, and I was like, "Oh, I'm back on with the guys again," going back and forth. And he said he wrote a big long paragraph. He saw it; it was like 3 paragraphs long.
It's on my phone. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
we've read it.
The first paragraph, and I was like, I just sent it. Like I said, it's not an excuse. I should have read it. It never should have posted it. Never should have been said. As soon as I realized it, I took it down and I reposted the
what is
one that should have gone out.
What does he call Chinese people?
Huh?
What does he call Chinese people? Just curious.
Chinese.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know if there's cool names for them like there are, the blacks. That's all.
I wasn't raised around Chinese people. I wasn't, back then there was.
I will not deny, like, I had been asked to pretty much remove you, which I did fight because we don't remove voices even if we don't like what they have to say. But, if that post had remained up, I would have had, my hand would have been forced. But
and you got to think about this, emotion does get lost in text. So
absolutely,
that's one of the biggest things. Well, the N-word's probably the biggest. Then the emotion thing is like the second biggest thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And I never should, like I said, never should have sent it. And I want to publicly apologize to everybody for that.
Well,
not my intention.
We accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we accept it. Yeah, for sure.
On behalf of the white passing delegation.
Indeed. We forgive you.
I got to say, I love your show. I love your group. I don't mean to
and I know the group can be exhausting, so, kudos for being able to hack it, which you clearly can, and I find myself very intrigued by your channel. I am not quite through with it yet.
Great. Maybe we'll talk soon again.
Yes, indeed.
Perhaps.
Lori, thank you so much, and thank you. What's your husband's name again? Dave, what'd you say? Dave, thank you, Lori and Dave, for calling in. We do appreciate, we do love having people's voices, as Eli pointed out. So thank you very much, and thank you for watching the show. We hope to hear from you again.
Okay, bye-bye.
Lori, real quick. Oh,
what?
I just wanted to plug her channel.
Yeah, go ahead.
Global Watchman News, Global Watchman News 2. I have Nothing to See Here is our group over on Facebook, and Exposing Satanic World Government is our page.
There you go.
Okay,
we love it. Okay, Lori, thank you. Thank you, Dave. Bye, guys.
Take care.
Lori and Dave. Wow, that
got spicy.
Wasn't expecting that much.
I didn't expect.
And I'm still like, again, we can forgive you. It's just that it's not
that
really
doesn't
up
mean
to us.
Yeah, we're not the arbiters or the ambassadors of I know we're gonna get shit on. We're gonna get
it's definitely
hardcore shit on.
Yeah,
I
we
already
didn't handle
expect
it properly.
We didn't, cut the snake.
But we also
head
weren't
up.
expecting it to we got
civility and an apology. So we don't just cancel people. Like that's not our go-to.
It did come across pretty mean though.
It's fucking hardcore rough, bro. Yeah. All right, I think we got a very eager Brandy. And yes, Kenneth, I like my novels, by God.
Call from. Guess who?
Christina.
Guess who? Is this Christian? Is this Christonia?
Oh, wow. So close.
Oh, it's Christina. Listen, you set us up for that because you said guess who.
I recognized your voice immediately.
Yes, we knew who it was. We're just joking. How are you, sir?
What?
Miss. Jesus.
No,
said
you.
sir.
I'm talking to you.
You fucking weirdo. How are you, Christina?
Did you call me a sir?
No, I'm talking to Eli. I was talking to Eli. Don't listen to me.
Oh, jeez. I was going to say, long time no talk, and then you referenced me as a sir?
I'm 3 sheets to the wind right now, so you can't
he's
hold me
running on fumes right now.
A lot of us are 3 sheets to the wind. That's no excuse.
A little bit.
Ooh,
No, listen. I just wanted to let you guys know it's been a while, but
It has.
congrats on all your milestones, and
thank you.
You guys are doing great.
Is this like an amends kind of thing?
No. She's actually been supporting
I
us
know
from
she
the back.
has.
Like, yeah, I've seen you in our recent shows, and I thank you for that. And I did reach out, and I'm terrible at following up. That hasn't changed. And
yeah. I don't even fucking hold my breath because I'd be 6 feet under right now.
as many people are, because that's how I roll.
Yeah. I don't even know why you even bother. 'Cause if you don't follow up,
Well,
what's
I'm
the
going.
point?
Yeah, he
I'm
doesn't.
going
He
to. I
doesn't.
just reached you today, but all right. First, I want to give you an opportunity to say anything.
No, there's just no point. I don't even want to hear your
Oh,
shit.
all right. I want to say, is there anything?
not wrong, Christina.
Is there anything you'd like to say? Because I have a question that you might say, nah, I don't feel like answering, which will be fine, but we haven't even gotten to that point.
I don't know. I've been very bound to answer a lot of things lately. What is your question?
Okay. I noticed on one of those panel channels, some shit went down where I had commented, what the fuck all right. And apparently you have a number of people that are just not digging you right now. What the fuck is going on?
I think that was a joke though, because the word.
No, it's not. It's not a joke. I will do it without dropping names. But yeah, I had a run-in with a specific person who y'all are familiar with, and just shit went sour, and it we did not agree.
Right.
You just bleeped out entirely. We did not.
Christina?
Are you there? Are you with us? I think she has passed on.
Well, the connection's still there. Christina, I hear. Hello?
I heard somebody.
She might have. I bet you Bluetooth picked it up.
Did I do something?
There you go. Now you're back.
You're back now.
I don't know. We just lost you.
Yeah.
Do you got Bluetooth?
Oh.
Maybe Bluetooth picked
No,
up
I don't have Bluetooth. No. I don't know what the last thing you heard was, but
nothing.
Just like you had somebody that we know. You guys couldn't agree to disagree.
Well, yeah, someone that you guys know with a bigger channel came on my panel one day, and we just didn't see eye to eye, and I just told this person how I felt about them, and all of his little groupies just decided to start being a bunch of fucking internet children and harass me and say nasty things, which is fine because, keyboard warriors will always be keyboard warriors, and that's fine.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know any of this. I'm interested after the show, maybe message us and tell me who it was, but
I'd like to respectfully.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, I don't mind. I mean, I can share the stream with you of mine that I did with the person coming up. But
yeah,
I mean, regardless, it's just some people need
I'm specifically
to realize
interested. I am very interested in that. Okay, and I'd like.
Yeah, no, I mean, life is too short, and some people need to realize, like, bashing people and hurting people and doing all this fucking just immature shit. Just it's time to grow up, and I'm sorry if some people don't work and know what a real job is besides typing on a keyboard. But just grow the fuck up. I mean, it's that simple. You stay on one side and let other people stay on the other.
Okay. Word, so be it.
You
And
know?
Feisty.
And
It's
I
a
see,
feisty night tonight.
Understandably, I suppose, Kenneth became very protective. Eli, not the place, bro, not right now. Yo, man, this is kind of like the show, you know, and she agreed to speak on it. She can also not speak on it. So, you know, chill, bro.
Well, when you do your next, or, you know, in the future, you know, I would like to pop in on your panel again, so.
No, you guys are more than welcome. I only do it for fun, you know. I'm not that one that does the intel or, you know, the politics shit, but it's just for everybody to get away from, you know, the everyday bullshit and
Right,
you know,
you do it for the
just have
hangout.
some laughs.
But
Yeah.
you realize when you put yourself out in public, man, you open yourself to all kinds of energy.
Yeah, it happens.
No, you do. And I stay positive through it. And what some of these people don't realize is while they're busy talking shit, I'm laughing at them. So in the long run, I get the last laugh. And that's all that matters.
And where can people, Christina, find that last laugh? How do they find your channel?
Everybody can find me at Christina's Cantina.
Christina's Cantina. YouTube.com/Christina's Cantina with a K, right? Christina's Cantina?
Exactly.
But Cantina with a C, KC.
Yes, but I just want to let you guys know, you know, congrats on your milestone. I do watch you guys, even if I don't make myself known. I'm watching you guys, and you're doing, you know, a great job.
Yeah,
much appreciated,
I tried
Christina.
to call you the other night, and you hung up immediately.
He
It was
didn't.
just
He didn't.
embarrassing.
He's lying.
All
He's
right.
lying.
Stop it. All right, guys. Well, I'll get off to somebody else. I just want to let you guys know, you know, good job, and I will talk to you guys later.
Thank you, Christina. It's good to hear from you. Stay safe.
All right,
out
have
there.
a good night, guys.
Kind
Bye.
human being, very nice individual.
You know, sometimes life, it ebbs and it flows. You know, sometimes people may think we're at odds when you really aren't. It's just, you know, some BS get in the way. So it's nice to hear from an old fan again. That now
she has always been there.
Well, I know, but
yeah.
as she said, sometimes she gets quiet, and I think, you know, some of the quiet things because there were some, you know, clashes going on.
Yeah,
So.
no, everybody's got their own life to live for sure. And I know Brandy was waiting so patiently. She was trying to call through the entire duration, but we got into 2.
Well, come on.
She's tried. You know,
It's open.
She got beat out. It's a dog eat dog
It's
world.
open right now. Hurry up. Hurry up.
I don't know. I mean, is
she still there?
Hello, Outdoor Adventures with Ron. I think I remember you, or maybe that's just in my brain space. My head movies are failing me.
Yeah.
Hello,
It's always
Socialist Lounge.
rated in my head movies.
Little inside joke. I want to see the inside joke.
Okay. Well.
Oh, I get it. Oh, wow, still alive.
I think Brandy had to sign off.
She did. She's in pain. And
I wish she could. Oh, wait a minute.
Son of a bitch.
Wait a minute. Is this?
Don't hit the wrong button.
From.
That's not a Brandy.
Is this freaking Ricardo?
Mate, what is going on?
Did I tell you that we spoke, by the way?
Rock and roll, noise pollution, AC/DC style, sink the tink. What's happening?
What is
beautiful
up?
man.
Someone is back in black.
Did I tell you that him and I made peace? Like, because I thought he was gone?
Yeah.
Eli, my friend. Sorry, brother. I know.
No.
It's been a while, man. Just like, you know, life's a highway, brother.
It is.
Yeah.
And I'm right in it.
I had no idea.
That's
You know,
what's up.
and it was not just me. Okay, in full transparency, Josh and I
That's
were
all
like,
good.
"Damn, we think Ricardo just bailed on us. We might have offended him."
We did.
So,
we did.
but yeah, that's why I.
No, man, but the thing is, whatever you offended me with, Eli, Josh, nothing, man. It's all good. I still, I'm pissed off with YouTube more than anything because I don't get notifications anymore. So,
but
you know, now the time difference has changed. You know, you guys, you know, hitting your summer, we're hitting our winter and all that kind of stuff. But
Right.
how's things?
Hey man, things, you know, we're hanging in there.
We're still here.
We're having a good time. But more importantly, how are things over there?
Down under, bro.
Yeah,
What is
down
going
under.
on in that world?
Yeah. All right. So basically, we've got our main election in November, which there's a lot of videos popping up with our leader ScoMo, Scott Morrison, you know, licking the rear end of the G20, Mr. Klaus Devil Schwab.
Klaus
That's
Schwab.
just come out. And basically, yeah, our parliament's probably just as bad as your White House at the moment.
Damn.
Scandals, couple here, couple there, you know, with a bit of hanky-panky in our own White House here sort of thing. So, yeah, man, apart from that, everyone's trying to live their lives.
We
That's
miss
basically what
we
I can
miss
tell
when
you.
it was just
Yeah.
good old-fashioned hanky-panky in the White House, man. We're beyond that. We're at senility, you know. Biden has no idea what's up and down.
It's like that here, guys. I mean, you know, we're talking about politicians with certain teenagers doing things in, you know, our Parliament House and stuff, with taxpayers' money. So, you know what I mean? It's getting to that point now where all this rubbish has come to the surface, and it just gets worse and worse each day.
How's Australia doing with all of the pandemic type stuff? Are you guys kind of back to normal there as far as that goes?
Yeah. Well, Victoria and Melbourne, where I am, the State of Emergency Act is still lingering around. People are getting the feeling once this winter kicks in here, something's about to happen. But other places in Australia have taken it off. There's no QR code things anymore. All that kind of stuff's gone.
Okay.
But yeah, man. But what can we do, man? These evil bastards, mate, they just want to try and run, you know, destroy small businesses, families, and, you know, you got the CRT shit. We've got the same shit here in our schools. And, yeah, man, just what's the deal with that? But what do we do?
Yeah, it does seem a little gloomy sometimes, doesn't it? It does seem like
the full black
what's
pill.
the point? Yeah, it does seem like everyone's full black pilled, and it doesn't seem like anything's going to get better. But, you know, you got to have, and I know you do, and like, you know, like we all have our faith, or we all have our positive
Optimism.
vibes, and you have to, that needs to remain intact to get through these gloomy times, because life is cyclical and it doesn't stay ever one way. It's not going to stay completely gloomy. Now, what necessitates the change is up for debate, whether it be nuclear destruction or some type of apocalypse.
Or Elon Musk buying Twitter.
Yeah, or Elon Musk buying Twitter.
Remember, that's end time shit.
But there is positive times ahead. It's just how far ahead and what's going to cause that to shift. So just stay optimistic, man.
Like, don't get me wrong. Look, I just want to give a cheerio and a hello to Christina, Rescue, Indy, and everyone in the chat. You know, I just want to say they're awesome people. You know, I've got to go on other chats and that, you know, when I have time to relax and that and have a chat with people. Geez, man, there's some really good people in this world, man. You know, yourselves. I'm so glad in the last couple of years that, you know, I've got to meet, and, you know, like you guys, other people in the chat, and it's just so good that we're all on that level. You know, we might have our good days and bad days, and, you know, there's people that just, you know, there to give us the shits. But, yeah, you know, I'm just so glad that there's some decent people in this world, and, you know, don't get into the, what do you call it? I call it the bullshit, what they're trying to feed us, because there are good people in this world, man.
Yeah. To further your point, I think, you know, of all people, it was Rob Schneider who was like, you know, the media tells us that, you know, the races, you know, white and black and Spanish, and like we're all mad at each other and we don't get along. But when you go outside and you go to the grocery store or you go to the, you know, the gas station, like I mean, I talk to everybody and people talk to me. Like I feel there's a tension there, but it feels like this fake tension, like it shouldn't be there, because both of us are approaching said conversation with that false sense of there's a tension there. And then we start talking, everything's fucking cool.
Yeah, we all have our own baggage that we carry. And just we always
nothing's perfect. Nothing's perfect, but like I'll give you an example quickly. Yesterday I was walking with my wife and she got called a Karen.
What?
You know what a Karen is? Yeah.
May I ask
and
what
basically I went up to the person. I said, "Sorry, did you just call my wife a Karen?" And, you know, she actually, this lady was laughing, and I turned around and said to her, I said, "You know what? You know, it's really sad that you've gone to that level of calling my missus a Karen. And, like, you call someone in Australia a Karen, you basically will either get, if you're a male, you would probably get a hit or, you know, or an altercation. But being a lady," and I just looked at the person, I said, "You know what, you're an effing idiot." But, yeah, I mean, it's just sad. There's people that are out there just to light the fires and that read this bullshit and, you know, say things to hurt people's feelings. But, man, what do you do, brother? I mean, that's the way life is. But
Yeah.
you know, like I said, there's so much good out there that's not being told, and yeah, man, just turn off your TVs and don't look into the
May I
shit they're
ask
trying to push out.
what preceded the event? If you want to offer the little bit of context, or I mean,
Oh no, because we're in we live near a major hospital here, and you know, there's a major road freeway, call it what you will. So walking on a footpath, and this person was on a bike, and you know, there's not much room, and you know, here in Victoria, you're supposed to ride your bike on the road,
right?
If that's just one of the laws and that. But you know, these young, you know, so-called, you know, think they know everything, the way it was riding and coming pretty quick. You know, they can knock people over, yeah?
Sure.
Just on a footpath, yeah? So, and yeah, my missus just said, hey, you know, do you mind, you know, just
not riding
over or go on the road? And then from there, it transpires to that. But again, it's the respect factor, you know, we can say, well, you know, I can say a bit more to it, but at the end of the day, guys, what do you do, man?
Yeah.
You know, there's road rage, there's everything. Man, people are, you know, worried and stressed. I get it with life, but, you know, like I said, man, there's good people out there, man. But
hell yeah, Ricardo.
Josh, see, I've been cranking my guitar, you know, getting the riffs going, you know, getting into Van Halen and stuff, you know, and
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man, just living life, working
some
hard, and
Eruption.
paying the bills, man. But I'm crossing my fingers because I want to travel, man. So I want to go over the States and go over to Europe, hopefully this coming year. But God willing, man, hopefully Dr. Evil doesn't decide to do something else and shut the rest of the world down, man. But
well,
you know, you guys got to watch your border, man. I mean, that's the biggest thing, man, because it happened here in Australia in the early 2000s with boatloads of people coming over. That's my biggest concern from America, man.
They're trying.
They're trying to destroy your, you know, everything, man, with these people coming through, and it's got to stop, man. I don't know what's going to happen, but yeah.
I intend to do something more in depth regarding our border because I've been doing a lot of research on this side. But I just want to say thank you so much, you know, and I'm so glad that we were mistaken, and it's so good to hear your refreshing Aussie voice again.
Man.
And you are.
Hey, Eli, just before I go, man, I just want to say something. Geez, man, you write so friggin' quick, man. I don't know how, mate. Text messages, man. You kick my ass sideways, man. If there's a competition, man, you'll win it.
I use talk to text. I'm gonna do it in the chat right now. Hey, Ricardo, what's up, bro? This is how I do my magic. That's all. Sometimes it really fucks
man,
up.
you're so quick, bro. I just go, what the hell? My missus going, is that someone texting? I said, look, man, this guy must be on something, man. You write quick as, man.
Yeah, no, man.
Full on.
It's talk to text, man.
He like message you
quicker
back.
than Eddie Van Halen's riffs, man. Come on, bro.
That's my fucking life hack, man. You've outed me.
Ricardo.
No, man. Hey, yeah, Josh.
Just fucking fantastic to hear from you. I just wanted to say, as well as Eli did, very, very good to hear from you, man.
Nah, man. And you know what? Just again, thanks, guys, for what you do, man. I'm really happy you guys now got over the 1,000, and man, it's just
thank you.
Hard work in that. But please pass my hello to King Kong and the other guys. And,
We'll do.
Yeah, man.
Do you have a channel that you want to plug, by the way, perchance?
Yeah, I know you do a podcast,
my channel's in the pipeline. I need to get some heads up on how to work things. I might ask Rescue in the next couple nights, whatever. But my channel's coming, man. So I'm actually going to do some food. So I'm going to teach people how to make, you know, traditional Italian pizzas from home and make some ingredients. And then basically just about Australian life and politics. And yeah,
I would
man,
love
it's coming.
that, dude.
It's coming. It's coming.
You're just like, you know, kind of like about town, kind of like walking around. I don't know how far you are from, like, you know, I guess they would call it the outback, but just like, you know, in a day in the life of kind of like what you can do over there. You know what I mean? That'd be awesome to see. So.
Yeah, just show you the city. Like, I'm going to go down ACDC Lane in the city, show you people, you know, we've got ACDC Lane, you know, the sporting arenas, There's some live.
You got resources here,
Why not?
Ricardo. You ever need anything, man? You just ask us. We got
And
you,
we'll
bro.
see what we can do.
All right.
No worries,
As
man.
far as
Thanks, guys.
podcasting, yes.
And you know what? Keep it real. Stay safe and stay strong, man. Till
Thank you,
next time,
Ricardo.
man.
It's really, really good to hear from you, man. Stay safe out
night,
there,
bro.
and
Catch you, man.
I hope your family is all well.
Longest goodbye.
You too, man. Take care. Ciao, man.
Ricardo. Ah, man, it was good to hear from him, man. Hell yeah.
I left my fuck you glasses here.
Fuck you.
Brandy, I think at some point said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go wait outside and tell
I'm
Ricardo."
sorry. Yeah.
But I think this is the last waiting that we can.
Yeah, no, we got to wrap
God.
it up. We've gone a little long, but no problem. I was trying to see if there's a good video to go off on, but I'm not. I mean, this is kind of funny. I don't want to like ruin like that. You know. Okay. See what happens. We'll take another one.
Call from the one and only.
The one and only Brandy.
Hello, dear.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
How are you guys?
Oh, we're good. We're good. We're good.
I had a dream that you
don't do it.
That you passed away,
dude. What
and
the fuck?
I was horrified, and I actually believed it was true when I had woken up in the morning, and I didn't want to get out of bed, and all I was doing was beating myself up until I kind of got out of the haze that it was a dream. So
2 nights ago, I couldn't sleep, and all I could do was argue with Philip because I'm hurting. I'm going through it. It's getting worse by the day, and I don't want to admit it. And I almost thought and told him that it would be better if I just took my life right now because it's worse with everyone watching me suffer.
Okay, well, first off, you have to acknowledge, like, I need to hear it. You know, off rip, nobody wants you to do anything preemptive. Nobody wants you to end anything, okay? We can't pretend to relate to what you're struggling through, the pain you're feeling on a daily basis, and the psychological toll. But the people that are with you...
It's draining every which way around.
This is the kind of shit that tests everything about us. And I mean, I don't feel like I have the place to tell you, you know, you have to continue to march forward. But at the end of the day, that's all we really have is, you know, ourselves, our convictions, you know, our hopes, and the people that love us. Josh, this got pretty intense, man. I need a...
Shit, I didn't mean to leave. I had to pee. I'm sorry.
No, we forgive you for...
Tell me what happened. Let me get in the zone.
She was ready to off herself.
What?
Because
what the fuck? Don't do that shit.
She's been in a lot of pain, and she even suggested it to her loved ones. You know, it'd be better than you watching me suffer. And you know, here I am in the chair doing all I can. We do.
You know,
I'm sticking it out. I'm trying hard, but it's also putting a toll on Philip and our relationship.
I mean,
can't pretend to know what to say. Like that would be the most disingenuous thing. We're not gonna have solutions.
What I can kind of entertain at the very least, and not that I have any authority to, but you know, I do feel, you know, as if you have a right to go. Like every human has the right to go out how they want, you know. But I would say don't get caught up in.
You're still on the journey. Don't get caught up on the end.
Just realize, you know, try to play the you know, this is hard. I don't know.
Yeah.
Try to play the optimistic role as much as you can because there are other people who, you know, really care for you, and you know they, you know, I don't know if it's selfish for them to want you to be there for them as opposed to rather seeing you not suffer. I don't know where that line is. I don't know.
It's hard every which way around.
It's what?
It's harder every which way around.
Every which way around because every time the thought even goes through my mind, I still see my children and what it would do to them.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's the most important thing to always think of.
So you just identified like a key motivator in not checking the fuck out. Okay.
I'm still here, obviously.
Whatever the issues are, the strains, which I'm sure anybody going through your very intensely rough and trying scenario is going to have relationship issues. I'm sure it's straining on both of you. But, you know...
You're stronger than a lot of motherfuckers I know, Brandy. So
stronger than me.
I was just down there a week and a half ago. My sister was in ICU, and I took off to go down there. I spent 3 days down there. In that 3 days, my mom's like, why didn't you go and see anybody? I chose not to leave my sister and my mom because I kind of knew what I was thinking, and I wanted to spend time with them.
Right.
And literally, I became unsocial. Like, I haven't even really been on Facebook. I haven't been talking to anybody. My phone rings off the hook, and I don't answer half time anymore.
Well,
Have you ever been in this situation before where you kind of started to withdraw a little bit? Because, hell, I do that. That doesn't mean anything necessarily
Not like
bad.
this.
No.
Yeah, she's always been very sociable, but
yeah, but even the social people have to
I'm
have their
very social butterfly.
personal time. Yeah.
But
you know,
are you
while
thinking
I was
more
in
of how they
Florida,
feel as opposed to how you feel? Like, are you withdrawing more because you're afraid what they're going through? Because if you're a social person, you need social interaction to keep you
isolation is
feeling
the worst
good.
thing that you could be
You
putting
don't
upon
need
yourself.
to worry about what they feel because right now it's brandy time. And ironically enough, whether you want to believe it or not, you putting brandy time first and foremost makes them feel better because, you know, your kids have you, you know, your husband has you. So,
of course,
brandy time, it is okay to, you know, do that.
to tell you how bad it's been, when I was getting ready to take off to head down to Florida, my doctor called me and she's like, look, you need to come in and take some more tests. We need to find out something. I'm like, well, I told you about my sister. Well, I'm taking off. I'm already an hour away. She's like, okay, when you get back, I need you to do these tests. I still yet to go and do them tests because every time I go and take these tests, more and more comes up and I can't deal with it anymore. I can't keep getting told worse and worse things.
What, like, if you could, if, you know, what's the alternative though? You know, like,
well, I want to just offer
I
immediately.
don't know how to be positive. And I don't
there's-
mean that in a selfish
Yeah,
way.
no,
Like,
no.
I'm trying to frame it, and I just keep tripping myself up on things.
I want to mention two things. The first thing, somebody felt that my sharing my dream was too intense. I've known Brandy for like 20 fucking years. I know it might seem insensitive to you guys, but I don't hold anything back from Brandy. And secondly, I want you to know that somebody that we know mutually through the show, Brandy, wants to lend an ear and speak to you because she's gone through this, you know, in some capacity that finds her very relatable.
I have no problem with that.
Okay, so we need to utilize
That's the best thing too, Brandy, honestly.
all the support networks that we have that volunteer. We need to utilize them and continue to not withdraw. And even though at every
you have to
turn
fight
you
that
go,
urge to withdraw because you know who you are. You know you're a social person. Every
Of
turn you
course,
go,
and
you're saying you like.
Just to also put out there another reason why I think, Eli, you had that dream was because I did disappear for 3 hours with my gun.
What the fuck?
Because I don't have the balls to do it near my family, so I'd take off and do it.
This is getting,
But then again, I still didn't have the balls, and I came back home.
you know, this is the impossible.
Brandy, let me know right now. Are you suicidal?
No,
Okay.
not at this moment.
Where's Philip?
Inside sleeping, I'm actually outside.
Okay. You know, we are in this, don't feel fucking guilty for feeling how you feel. I mean, I've been suicidal. I've done my fucking pussy ass attempts, but this is this is also on another level, but we are in an impossible position, and all we can do is
lend our ear,
and anybody that volunteers to also do the same is to support you with that.
I can't
And
imagine what it's like
I
going
can
through what you're
honestly
going through.
say everyone in Slip in the Middle has been supportive since day one of me opening up about it.
You goddamn right.
Well, you have to,
because you are a very important person to us. So,
And it's not that I don't have a support system. It's just
she doesn't want to inconvenience people. You're thinking of them before you're thinking of yourself, Brandy.
And I do want to repeat
it's
something.
just hard to live with the fact that everyone's watching me fade.
Everyone's what?
Watching me fade.
Watching me fade. Yeah, there's. Look, I forget.
You don't want to see. I don't want.
Brandy, are you Christian? Are you religious? Because TZ did remind me of those resources, like a pastor or a priest.
Yes.
Okay. And then things always like, it's better to burn out than fade away. Like I always think of like those things too. But what I keep being reminded to, and this is kind of like vicariously through you, is the people who are rooting for you and who are there for you. So I get it, but I don't think you're fading away, Brandy. I think you're fighting every step of the way. I think there's a difference. Fading away is just doing nothing and kind of accepting that this is what it is. You're not accepting that. You have a fighting spirit, and they're seeing what somebody should be doing in the face of this type of adversity. They're putting up a fight, and they're not surrendering. They're not giving in. Even when the times feel like that's what you need to do, you're persevering, and you're showing them, this is what fighting looks like. There's more, you know what I mean? Like,
of course, and it's always on my mind because, as Eli knows, I'm adopted. I didn't grow up with my real parents, and I don't want my children to go through that. That shit fucked me up in my head as a kid.
So you've identified, a couple times now, one of the key, uttermost important reasons, aside from your own, ability to continue to live your life while we have it together, okay, and have those children to have every moment they can possibly with their mother.
Let me tell you something. My uncle killed himself. My other uncle essentially overdosed. But the one who killed himself, my grandmother passed away in November of 2021.
I remember.
To the month before that, she would always, talking about Michael was such this dark spot in our family's history. There was like, and only a few people, and you could tell some who wanted to talk about it when I would bring up that conversation about how Uncle Mike was like and how this and that, like it was cathartic for them to talk about him because for whatever reason, his suicide made it be like, oh no, we can't talk about Michael. Like that very well could happen, that like you could end up with that dark flag over your legacy of like, oh no, we can't, like, you don't want that. You don't want that.
Of course.
You want your family to be able to look back on you with fond memories.
Before I felt the way I did feel the other night was my youngest, before she went to school that day, told me that she doesn't ever want to grow up because she doesn't want to die like I am. And that's because my kids, I don't hide it. I can't just hide it.
All of you are beyond the point of hiding anything but the truth, okay? And you can't take that as some form of shame. And I promise you, this is something that's going to make your daughter stronger. It's probably a cheap sounding thing, but Do your children know what you're going through? Does it ring true to them, or is it kind of like this thing that kind of isn't necessarily
My 14-year-old does, my 7-year-old not so much. Like, she understands the term of dying. She knows I'm sick, but she doesn't fully understand.
Is there, without getting too grim, can I ask you what the current prognosis is? Just being real, we're being real here. Just wondering if, you say you're dying. What are you looking at?
I have pancreatic cancer, kidney cancer, which is spreading, and currently I have several blood clots which are at my heart and my lungs, which at any given time can be fatal.
I know pancreatic is the most painful thing in
Love you,
all of creation.
Stay strong.
But
and is the only one without a cure too.
Words are going to fail anybody, but the best thing you did today, perhaps the week, was to call out today. Call in, call us.
You always got to tell on yourself when you're feeling stuff like that.
And speak out, and just you put the the seed is planted, and now there are people that are very eager to contact you. Okay, somebody's been plugging your YouTube, and I said she doesn't have a channel, but that same name, find it on Facebook.
I do have a YouTube channel, but
sorry.
it's more about the cars than anything.
Well, then, yes, please. I'm sorry. I take back what I said. You could still find her on Facebook, but please support the channel that she is a part of on YouTube. Thank you for plugging that. I do apologize.
What are you doing for fun, Brandy? Like, do you ever get your mind off this? Like, do you ever get to just cut back and enjoy life in the moment? Because maybe if you're not, maybe you need to start figuring out how to do that a little more, and you have to get your family to maybe make these big family trips.
But every time I get out too much and move too much, it gets really hard. Like, no matter how much of my painkillers, no matter how much I smoke, it doesn't cover the pain.
Right.
All right. I mean,
Brandy, you're a fighter. That's all I know. That's all I keep coming back to. And
thank you for.
I think it has to do with I'm very headstrong. That's for sure.
Yeah, 100%. And dude, I've seen people just like that type of attitude. Literally, they fucking kick ass for a long time.
I truly don't know how to give up. That's really what
Brandy,
it comes down to.
You're the first girl I met when I moved to the trailer parks in Davie from fucking New York that I was afraid could kick my ass. Okay, so
I'm still afraid.
I'm pretty sure you knew I could because you were very, very careful when it came to my sister.
I was just careful around you in general because I did not want any part of that smoke. But I did want some of that sister of yours, but that didn't play.
But I did almost chop off her head in your house, so.
Yeah, I know. Like, legit, you put her head through a fucking ceiling fan. We will not speak of details. But, Brandy, look, we're going to wrap it up. It's been a long one. Sounds paled in comparison, but I love you, like, sincerely.
Yeah. We love you. Stuck in the Middle loves you.
Can love another that is not of their blood.
Especially because you share so much of your truth, and just it's
I don't talk about it and I truly just keep it, and it would be worse.
100%.
And you've identified that as well. So,
doesn't necessarily mean you need to share it publicly as you are, but that's why the respect is given even more so, because it's just like, it is cathartic, and I totally get that.
Yeah, I do. I approve of this more so than somebody inventing a new gender, so,
Well,
oh God.
Never hesitate to call, Brandy.
Yes,
I hope you have a great rest of your night.
And I am now Toy or Toy Self, and we love you, and we say good night.
And we say good night. Any closing words?
All right, have a good night, guys.
Perfect.
Everyone do know I'm okay. Just, it's hard.
You have some people are going to reach out to you, okay? So don't ignore them.
In great mass.
I got you.
Okay? All right. We
have
love
a good night, y'all.
Yeah, stay positive. Brandy, everybody.
Notice that tone of voice changed from so morose to at the end.
Hell yeah. Isn't that awesome?
Important, man. It's important.
I love to see people
that guy
kind of get out of their funk a little bit, even though,
This has been topsy-turvy. I'm feeling a bit all over the place myself. We return on maybe
Will you be here
Thursday.
Thursday?
Yeah, if I'm in Florida, if I'm in this state.
Yeah, remember you were like
this county.
I remember
I
you
might
were
be
like,
driving up
I'm
north.
off this whole week, so I'm probably not going to make it into any show.
Yeah,
and I'm
fuck
like,
you, paid vacation.
Wouldn't it be the best time to do the show, because you could almost look at it like you're doing the show
and
to
I've
get
got
paid?
2 out of 3 here.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, that's a 70%.
Yeah, I know.
66.6%.
I don't do math. It's
that's
offensive.
a D. You're passing.
So anyway, all of you, much appreciation for sticking it out with us, for joining us.
What an episode.
Thank you, Sage News Network, Patreons and fans, and anybody from CanCon or from Beer Man? Tell me the whole thing, Beer Man?
Cold Beer Condemned.
Cold Beer Condemned.
And Cold Beer Confessional. Will over there.
I'm very much looking forward to speaking with them again, as I had a great time last time. And with all of you, each and every one of you, you have a place in Stuck in the Middle's heart.
Yes.
Okay? Until then, Thursday night, mayhaps. We will keep you posted upon any news.
YouTube.com/Stuck in the Middle. Let everybody know. Please like and share this episode. comment, whatever you want to comment below. Show Brandy some love.
Leave a comment
not even in the
after the
live
show.
chat. Yeah, leave a comment after the show. Show Brandy some love down in those comments as well. And we love it, each and every one of you. We appreciate you, and we'll see you hopefully Thursday.
Gay!
Ha! Gay! Oh, wait. Ready? I got it. Hang on. Long
goodbyes.
Chris, long goodbye. Hang on. Shut up. Hang on. I don't want to listen to you.
Gay.
Close. Here we go. We're getting to it.
No, we're not. He's lying. Everybody leave right now before he hits the drop.
God damn it.
But be sure to comment. I'll respond to every comment. But leave. Go. Everybody. Start leaving in droves. Leave. Get that number 22 down to a 0 immediately. Don't give him this satisfaction.
Oh my God, it's gone.
Look how much he fucked up.
I lost it.
So, all right, we're leaving you on we didn't even make you come. That's
Okay,
how
bye.
bad. Bye.
Oh, man.
Gay!